did look at video game news this week, and I'm like, fuck, and there's nothing. Like, that Connect story was probably the one I would have put up.
Hey, lots of news. Not a slow news week by any stretch.
It was the only one. Yeah, that NeoGAF thing.
Mm-hmm.
Harvey Weinstein's a scumbag.
Stephen Toulouse died
But let
yesterday.
me, off
Stephen
the
Toulouse
record.
did die yesterday.
What?
No, this is all on the record now.
No, off the record.
Okay, hang on. Like, you assume some level of sleaziness, but I was actually blown away by the whole Me Too thing. Like, outside of maybe one or two, every woman I follow on any social media was tweeting about it.
I know,
right,
it's insane.
Like, I knew I'm not an idiot. I don't think it's not there, but it's literally everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's insane. It seems like every single woman at some
swings
point
out, yeah, maybe in the game, but the canon of
or has been the victim of sexual harassment, which is insane.
Yeah, like to part of, like, I don't want to be one of those people like it's not real, they're making it, but like I think some of them are overblowing certain things, but that's like 5% of them. Like, some people were like, some guy catcalled me and that's sexual. I'm like, no, that sucks.
Yeah.
But come on, like, this doesn't compare to what these other people went through,
Exactly.
right? But the fact that everybody has it's terrifying.
Nope.
It's fucking terrifying.
It's bad news. It's just like, in my twisted head, I just assume like, yeah, that's pretty much how
You see in the casting coach, and you're like, that's at every office, right?
Yeah. Like, you wanna make it ahead and fucking do it. I mean, to me, it's just like Hollywood is just such a soulless industry, anyways.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I can never subscribe to the grossly bleak worldview, because you can't.
Yeah.
Like, it'll eat you.
Yeah,
It'll eat you.
Yeah, if you do, like, just listen. I'm not advocating suicide, but I mean, if you think that that's how the world is and it cannot possibly be any better, like,
That's not how I pictured it. It's just I just figure that's just how it goes, and you know what? Everybody knows that's how it goes, and that's how it's been going on for what, 30 years?
Yeah.
Fucking
For him, it's been 30. Yeah, it's literally since it started, since everything.
That's just
right?
how it goes. I'm sorry.
well, it happened. We could talk about the Naughty Dog one too. Of I forget his name.
Yeah.
Ballard. I know his last name is Ballard.
Ballard, yeah, I just heard that the other day too. I'm like,
And that's that was like he like tweeted a bunch of that shit like as a part of Me Too. It was like, I was sexually assaulted, blah blah blah. Naughty Dog. He tweeted on a Saturday, and by Sunday morning, Naughty Dog had been like, we have found no allegations of receiving like notification. There was like some real lawyer speak. Yeah.
There was a local one even. There's a guy who does theater in town here. He's like reasonably big in the theater scene. Like, came out and says he's been an asshole before, and then immediately, the theater put out, we disavow and we kick him out. If you've ever been to like Fringe stuff, I've seen him perform a lot. I think he's great.
Oh shit.
Performs with Mark Meir a lot, and now he's just blackballed.
Good. He deserves it.
I don't know. Like, there's a point where like Harvey Weinstein, throw the book at him, but some of these people who come out and be like, when it isn't they were discovered, but when they come out like, I was shitty in the past and I'd like to improve, and if those people get the same book thrown at them, it just means like, well, I guess if you ever done something shitty, don't come out. Like, there needs to be I think all these people suck, but there needs to be, a degree to which they suck, not just everybody gets, pilloried because they did something shitty.
there was, I don't know how he delivered it, but there was a story from David Hayter himself, friend of the show, where he's like, he was bartending, and then one of his somebody or other is like, hey, I got some footage of this role that you were in. Come watch it. He's
Sure.
like, yeah, sure. Goes up to their hotel room, and that guy totally wanted a blowjob from David Hayter. And David Hayter's like, listen, I'm a tall, strong man, and I know how to fight. And
Put on the bandana.
And I put that to a stop. But he's like, but I understand that some of these ladies can and will be overpowered.
Yeah,
and
totally.
It's tough for them.
Let's try to stop hitting the table this week. That's what we're gonna work on.
No, this is how I
try to stop.
I talk.
I know, like, I
hear the mic bouncing.
You hear those ones that they're bad and they could have been so much worse.
Eh.
Like,
Yeah.
The Lena Headey one was talking about, and she was Harvey Weinstein. She's like, yeah, he kind of did his whole shtick of like, let's go up and read a script, and then like his key card wouldn't work, and she's like, that's the difference between it getting way worse,
it happening and not. Yeah.
Like, just terrifying shit.
Dark times in the world.
I don't want to. But it's not really like it's not darker than it's ever been. I think it's arguably better because these people are finally being, to some extent, at least called out on it.
Yeah, totally. I don't think Me Too makes it. I just think it's a dark period.
Yeah.
In our lives, we're going to see the end of the world in our lifetime.
Sure, that's fair. I think it is the darkest timeline.
At least we've all got Switches, right?
And then I started thinking about what's her face from BioWare. I'm like, wow.
Tulai?
No.
Who? What?
Was this someone you guys sexually harassed
Celeste.
together?
Yeah.
No, Celeste was
And then
the
I'm like,
harasser.
yeah, and I'm like,
Oh, yeah, don't downplay that. Some guys, like the David Hayter thing, guys get harassed.
She wasn't the
harasser.
No, yeah, she was not.
it was just
harasser at all,
she's kind of asking for it.
Whoa.
No, see, that's a really bad way to say that. But yeah, she did often solicit. I don't know how to lawyer speak my way around it. Listen, she wanted to play hardball.
She was provocative in the way she acted and dressed.
Like
and she knew
in like
she
a
had power
in a
over
no
all these.
nuance way, or just like was she playing up like the sultry bit, or was it like actual outright overtures?
It's hard to say.
It is hard to say.
I think she was legitimately pitting like two office members against trying to. I don't know.
As like her friend who she talked to.
We might know. I don't.
So that's not gonna. Like, she doesn't.
Not.
It's live. Yeah.
Like,
can they hear us?
Hell yeah.
That's not. This is no good. I don't want to talk
To
about
the-
it.
I don't want to talk about it anymore.
I just say, like, when something like that, it's not. I'm gonna make you keep talking about it. That's not asking for it in the obvious context.
Yeah,
asking
yeah,
for it,
you're
but
right.
it's still
no
super shitty.
Yeah.
Like you deserve. Yeah.
They could. Whatever.
Just get yelled at.
Whatever. It's.
Do you want some show notes?
Yeah, please. It's
There's like an extra page floating here. Is this old?
I thought I only printed 3.
Oh, this is from 200. Yeah, this is old.
This is a full. Look at this. Look at this, everybody.
Well, most of it's
full,
fill.
front, back.
Most of it's filler. I think there's like half a page of lorem ipsum in here.
Filler. The back page might as well be. I brought these for Kevin, and he couldn't even make it today.
Wow,
that's too bad.
All I want to do is to sum it up. Harvey Weinstein really ruined it for all of us.
Hey,
Boom.
Tomo.
That's it.
No, that's a terrible thing to say.
Yes,
also.
I know it's a joke.
Well, what do you think about like on the
It's
Harvey
not like
Weinstein
I'm
thing?
in any position to take advantage of anybody.
Some young aspiring electricians.
Young aspiring podcasters.
Sure.
Say I've had some announcements to make today as a part of the show.
What do you think about the people retroactively like scrubbing the Harvey Weinstein credit from their works? I don't think that's good.
They just don't want to be.
Oh, we gotta turn the. I gotta go turn the airplane off.
Jesus Christ!
It's pretty serious.
They just don't want to be associated with them. But I
Sure,
mean,
but like you can't. That's rewriting history.
Yeah.
Like you were associated with them. It sucks. Deal with it. I don't know. It just becomes so easy to just pretend someone doesn't exist after something like this happens. I think that's a bad way to handle it. There's no good way to handle it. I don't like that. It feels slimy to me. Like you pretend that no, we never enabled this harasser or this,
Yeah. That NeoGAF thing is fucking weird too, though.
Yeah. Did you see like his response came out a few days ago?
Where he's just like, did he like shut it down completely?
He shut it down. Like it started to fall apart a little bit, and some mods left, and then he took it offline for maintenance or whatever to get the stuff together, and then it came back up with his statement where he didn't believe her, which is the greatest sin you can commit in those communities.
Yeah.
It's a hard thing to talk about. Like when PewDiePie dropped the N-bomb, it all gets real hard to talk about.
That I'm happy to say he's just PewDiePie's shitty.
Yeah, totally.
I liked his apology. I'm still never going to interact with the guy. If you don't like him, don't interact with him.
That goes
I'm
back to
actually a
that
fan
that
now, and I
conversation.
wasn't before.
That's fair.
He really brought me in with that.
That conversation we had in like off the record, and I'm like, I don't know why I made such a big deal about that. I've been listening to podcasts where they're dropping fucking.
Doesn't mean we should.
I know,
Doesn't
and I
mean-
don't think
doesn't
we
mean
should
we
either.
should.
It's just I was just like, was I just like overreacting? Was I kind
I
of
think
like
so, and I think it's-
oversensitive about it?
Part of it is you need to sit down and decide if you want that to be part of your brand.
And that's what I was thinking. That's exactly what I was thinking.
And so and that's a decision you make, right? So,
But okay, so I've been listening to some podcasts that feature like comedians, and with everything that's been happening, comedians are one of the most vocal, and they're like, I'm being shit on for just the most minute things, wherein a few years ago it was okay to say that type of stuff.
Yeah, it's like in the last 5 years, I've seen a number of big comedians come out and just say, I don't do colleges anymore because I can't say anything there.
Yeah.
And it's getting worse. There was, I forget the name of it. There was a documentary about that. I forget who the guy who did it, but yeah, it was the same thing of like the things you can't say anymore. And it's weird because that's kind of what comedy is for, is to break those taboos and to poke fun at it, to look at the absurdity, to take away some of the power of it.
And it's like, yeah, exactly. And it's like that whole freedom of speech thing. And it's like, shouldn't be taken for just me saying whatever.
Sure.
Right? It should be taken in jest. It should be taken lightheartedly. It's poking fun.
Like I don't think, I'm not gonna decry the PC culture and all that, like some of the crazies, but I hate that it's such a binary of you. Like if you waver off the orthodoxy at all, you're all of a sudden as bad as the rest of them, right? Like if you aren't in lockstep with agreement on what's proper and correct, you're a Nazi. That's it. Like, I'm not saying everyone says that, but that's what
did you just call them Nazis?
People that are against being PC. If the people that use those words, they're Nazis. Like you hear it get dropped a lot, or these people that if I dissent, and there's a big one going on in the community I follow, where someone posted an article about men being shitty in a male dominated space, games and guys. And someone else kind of dissented in a way of saying, like, you're not wrong, but it's not as bad as you make it out to be. Like and just, it was pretty well thought out, and just got vilified and like lumped in with all the, every time anyone writes an article like that, there's the idiots and the buffoons that come out and they're just, like those guys, right? And he just got lumped in with them. And so it comes down to like, well, he's not going to talk about it anymore. So anytime this gets brought up, you're going to have the people that are hardline, just listen to what they say, and then just the idiots on the other side that are just, women are stupid, right? When you take away the ability to have that conversation, that's what comedy's great at. To show the nuance, and maybe you disagree and talk it out. I hate that you can't talk about anything. Yeah.
Should always be able to have the discussion, right?
Like listen to uncomfortable things, and
yeah, that's the name of my follow-up to this podcast, Uncomfortable Things.
Hey, the cat's back.
The cat missioner.
We should name that cat.
Yeah, that's the cat missioner.
Cat missioner?
Yeah.
Oh.
Scheduling matches,
Good.
probably looking
hey, cat.
Hey, this is your repping. This is your undisputed champ.
Take away the belt.
It's gonna take itself away soon enough. Don't worry.
It knows that it doesn't belong there, so it's gonna fly free.
I brought up the Nazi thing because one of our random talking points are people outraged over Wolfenstein's Make America Nazi Free.
Yeah.
I don't think we should make America Nazi free.
I don't get like how you can have a backlash to that.
It was enough that we'll talk about it. They released like an official statement.
Yeah.
There was a number of
Nazis are bad.
Yeah. Was basically
like yeah.
Almost word for word.
I'll get to it when we talk to it, but yeah, there's yeah. I don't know how you can come out against Nazis are bad and be I don't know. Just yeah.
All right, we're gonna start the show. Tomo, keep an eye on everybody. Chatamus. Hey, brother. Glad you're joining us. Remind him we're not looking at the show. We're not looking at the chat while we do this.
Chatamus on there?
Chatamus is on there.
Sir Chatamus?
Sir Chatamus.
Chad.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Chad Edmond.
He came to watch my show.
Oops. Maybe I should. It's fine.
That's okay.
Nobody's
He's
watching.
a celebrity.
Yeah, I know. I knew who he was.
BioWare fame.
As soon as he was Sir Chatamus, I'm like, which Chad are you?
Totally missed my joke in your show, right? The famous Twitch Chad.
Oh, yes. Oh, that Chad.
I thought you were Kevin for the whole thing, and I'm like,
this is
fuck.
multiple times.
I know.
Multiple times.
I don't know anybody's name on that thing.
Just every time, hey, it's Kevin. I'm like, yep, I'm Kevin. Let's do it.
Yeah, and Colin was on there, and I'm like, who is Bo Owner?
Yeah, I'm Token Priest, and Bryce is the Unstoppable.
There you go.
Lee,
I get it now.
Kevin is at Triala, at Trilala.
At Trilia.
And so I'm like, who on our podcast owns a bow?
Kevin and myself.
Bow owner.
Yeah, and then I'm like, fucking Warren?
Yeah, how's that your...
I don't know.
I forget who was saying that. I'm like, Colin was telling me that. I'm like, how is Warren your go-to? I own a bow and Kevin owns a bow, to let you know the truth.
Is that right?
That is
Really?
true.
Ah,
I
see?
own
I've never
multiple
seen
bows,
Kevin's,
actually.
I've never seen Kevin's bow.
I don't know that I know he used to do archery because we talk about it every once in a while.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So I assume he's got one like hanging around his parents.
I did
You
not know
have,
that
you
about
have
you guys.
multiple bows?
Well, I have a recurve and a compound, yeah.
Wow,
at your
crazy.
house?
They're at my parents' place.
Oh, weird. Yeah. You also used to do archery.
I used to do archery a lot.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
I just picture Warren in his big dude in his fucking real
Tiny
tree
little
camo.
Robin Hood cap and
No, in his
tights
real tree camo, just out in the bush, just bow hunting.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, who the fuck owns a boat? 'Cause
Yeah,
he
that's
gave-
Warren. That's
He gave me a clue. He was
That's
like,
where he's
I
tonight.
podcast with you, and I'm like,
Yeah, Warren couldn't be here because he's out hunting. He sits there silently for 2 days until all sorts of wildlife just comes around him.
knocks 3-4 arrows at a time and just lets loose.
It's October the
You're just
30th.
picturing it now, and it's beautiful. If anyone wants to make Talking Reckless fan art,
oh yeah, let's get some fan art.
Warren Aloy, Horizon Zero Barris. I don't know. We'll workshop that.
Yeah.
It's October the 31st, 2017. 30th, I think, actually.
30th, yeah, you fucked that up.
Yeah. Happy,
Not spooky at all.
Happy Halloween. Okay, yeah, you're
Hallows
right. Let's
Eve
start
Eve.
over. Let's start over.
Wow.
It's spookier.
Spookier?
Yeah.
Oh, I meant like it's the 30th, so it's not spooky.
Oh, I see. Well, I mean, this is the closest we're going to get. So
Sure.
this has to be our
Sure.
spookiest episode.
That's fair.
I'm Bat Eads. I was trying to think of the Halloween name for y'all on the way over, but couldn't. The Invisible Aguilar.
I got a chuckle of
It's the best I got.
when you were complaining about your internet on Twitter and Telus just responded to you as, "Hey, Bat."
I know.
Guess I didn't notice that you changed your name. I'm like, they just fuck up his name, and I was cracking up.
Hey, Bat, why don't you DM us? Or whatever, like.
That's on your account now, just Bat.
Yeah. Welcome to Talking Reckless 201 here on Hallows Eve. Fourth member of the podcast couldn't be here today.
Sorely missed.
Decide whom you like the least and insert their name there, and they were scheduled and couldn't be here between you and me. It was Warren. It's always Warren.
It's always Warren.
Only because he's going to win the belt back at our 24-hour extra live stream, which is happening in like 6 days from this posting.
I checked. I was sitting comfortably up on number one, and then I checked the other day, and he's $100 over I am over.
Yeah,
me
Warren
now.
just took off.
Like fucking here it comes.
I,
but then he told us like that last week he's gonna push for it.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I'm like, yeah,
He's
that's when it's
going
gonna happen.
to
yeah, I just assume he's gonna like drop it on the radio, right?
You would hope.
Yeah, well,
Like he can do that.
after Matt mentioned, because I thought it was gonna be me, Kevin, and Matt. And then Matt mentioned, oh, Warren's in on it. I'm like, well, fuck. I didn't even actually realize, like, Warren could be part of it. And, yep.
You squandered all your fundraising potential.
I held number one for the whole thing, though.
Yeah, for the part that just doesn't matter.
Yeah.
When you guys were tied, I sent him a thing on our Slack and was like, oh shit, everyone except me, because I'm like $80 or something, is all tied up. And he's like, oh yeah? I'm going to give a little tap of the gas pedal. Is exactly what he said. Little tap of the gas pedal, and then just boom, up $100. So
Jeez.
Like,
we're fucked.
it's a good way to be fucked. Like, you guys raise
totally.
an impressive amount of money for like.
No, it's great.
And you got to
It's
assume
awesome.
like stuff's gonna roll in. I've seen a couple people in the chat say they're gonna donate the day of. It's
Yeah.
awesome. Like
We're
really
doing,
good.
We're
really
doing
good.
really good things with our dumb wrestling belt.
It's awesome.
What I'm most impressed at is that Kevin has, like, he's up there.
Yeah.
He's a competitor with only, like, 3, like, donators.
Yeah, big family.
Holy.
I've got the most number of donations, but they're just the smallest donations. I got faith, though. The fans will realize who the rightful undisputed champion is. They'll recognize my superior status, and everyone will come together, I think, on the day of. We're starting at 3 a.m. on Friday.
That's your
Right?
start time.
Yes, 3 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. It's on the...
Like Friday morning or like Saturday morning.
Technically Saturday morning, I guess.
Wow.
Yeah. And,
Okay, so what was the logic?
That's a bizarre
in
start
this?
time.
the logic is because we're all going back to work on Monday, except possibly those who don't work. And he's there's an audio show. You got to say, I'm raising the roof, so everyone can hear you.
I'm raising the roof to
we're-
celebrate my non-working.
Yeah, we're gonna go back to work on Monday. Like, we're not gonna miss a day for this. So the idea is sleep a little bit Friday night. Like, don't miss a full night of sleep. Get up a little early, and it's kind of just like you're getting up early,
Sure.
and then when you go to bed the following 3 a.m., you can kind of
You can fix it, sure.
yeah, hopefully
Yeah, you have Sunday to kind of.
sleep,
I get it.
sleep
yeah.
for a few hours, and then get up, and then go to bed early or whatever, and hopefully be okay for Monday.
So
24 hours is a long time.
yeah, totally. I think Brando, his strategy is because I think he logics it out in a way that you get the most views and the most donations when you start, and then also when you finish. So he likes to start like midday.
You don't get the most views when you start. It's a momentum thing. You
Yeah,
build
you
up.
would think.
About an
Okay,
hour
I
and a
don't know.
half in, about 2 hours into a stream is when you hit peak, usually.
We I didn't actually know that.
Yeah. At least like
Seems
that's
like
that's an adage
guy.
I've heard that because it's momentum. Like a couple people don't notice your initial tweet or they roll in.
People like build up, right? Start
And, like,
watching and stick around.
As a streamer, you have to notice it. Like you hit your stride a little bit in. Like it's a little. You got to work into it, right?
Yeah, you're always a little cold when you start.
You're your best about an hour in. Yeah. So 4 a.m.
Well, that's something.
Yeah, between 4 and 5 a.m.
That's the money spot.
We're doing the Brando. The Brando is starting in the middle of the night to kind of preserve the sleep schedule. Kevin was saying, like, we need to start at peak viewership. We need to start at, like, 1 in the afternoon.
Right.
I just assume noon to noon's kind of the standard.
We got a lot of European listeners.
Yeah, in the UK, it's 24 hours, so everyone will have a chance to get a piece of the pie.
3 a.m.'s all right. You hit, like, the East Coast a couple hours in. They start waking up at 7 or 8 their time.
That's right. East Coast, Beast Coast. Donate this way. West Coast, Chmest Coast.
Best Coast. That's the easy one.
Yeah. Well, but I'm saying they're not the best, right?
Oh,
East is the best. East. Please join us for that, and also please donate to myself.
Donate to whoever you'd feel like it. Come on, man. Let's let them decide.
At the end of the day, it all goes to Extra Life anyways. So I mean, just donate to me. Because you all know I should stay Undisputed Champ.
You're pretty disputed for an Undisputed Champ, I gotta say.
Awfully disputed.
You know, I want to protect the business, but also being a Disputed Champ is a lot more fun than just being a clean, honorable.
I think, playing the heel is way funner.
Yeah.
Funner.
But protect the business. I'm going to have to edit that part out of the podcast.
Sure.
None of that made it there. What's been going on, everybody? Any Halloween plans here?
No, we're here.
Zero? Yeah.
Everybody else is partying.
Yeah.
My Halloween plan's to watch some Until Dawn.
Oh, yeah, mine too, actually. Are you guys you're gonna finish on Monday, right?
I'm hoping to finish on Monday.
I was promising people yesterday that you were going to finish.
Yeah? You know, Until Dawn is only like $9 on PSN right now.
It was like free 2 months ago, yeah.
Yeah.
Sure, but it's $9 now.
Totally still worth it.
Totally worth it.
It's a good time.
And it's like, what, like 8 to 9 hours, something like that?
Yeah.
It's like bite-sized enough that you could grab it this Halloween weekend and play through it.
It's a fun game, you
It's
guys.
sweet.
Like,
It's a fun game to watch.
Oh, yeah.
I'm glad you guys are enjoying it because, I'm glad you guys are enjoying it.
Well,
but
Amber's great. You're there, I guess.
I'm there, yeah. She's the life of the party.
She needs an O to fill in that title.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So how you get first billing.
But yeah, like I forgot how good this game is, and I'm having a lot of fun like coming back to it. Like I know what's going on, and I know like what I picked, but it's fun to see what she decides, and it's good to see like all that other stuff.
Sure.
I have a criticism for your stream.
Go.
I think because you've played it before, I think Amber should be the one playing.
Yeah.
Because even though she wants to pass off, you should make her play. Because like seeing we kind of know that you know sort of like what you're like. Oh yeah, okay. He sort of remembers that, and like it's fun seeing her fall into all the traps of like that fucking waving hand.
I'm falling into all the traps too. I'm like, holy shit, that was scary.
There's moments where you can see you kind of like you're going through the motions, where she is just completely blind.
Oh, for sure. When I played, I'm playing it because I'm looking for all the stuff. Like I'm doing that whole thing where you play games and you just like do the perimeter stuff.
Yeah.
When she plays, she just goes to things, and I kind of want to say, hey, you should probably look over there.
Shiny object to shiny object.
Yeah, but I'm like, whatever. I'll let her play.
It's refreshing.
It is. It's frustrating on my end.
Yeah, let's just deal with it.
Yeah.
I understand. Like sitting there, you're like, good, just hit the thing. Yeah.
It's just it's weird watching her play and not like actually want to explore everything.
Sure.
But it's also refreshing in that like it kind of keeps the show going.
Yeah.
Sure.
She's great.
Good.
Like specifically, so if you haven't played Until Dawn, there's a part where there is you walk into I feel like an old prisoner or
asylum.
An asylum, yeah. And there's like the hand of a corpse, just like waving back and forth on this machine. And
that was fucked.
And also, there's a bear trap on the ground. If you look at the bear trap ahead of time,
can you see it?
Yeah,
I actually didn't see it.
And like,
I was looking at the hand.
She's just walking up. I'm like, oh, she's gonna step on that bear trap. Oh, she's gonna ka-chunk. And like just hits it's beautiful. It's so beautiful.
Some of those are really good. Like that hand part was awesome. And then like the next thing, like there's the big shock scare.
Yeah.
And the next thing you see,
trap closes on the guy's two fingers.
Yeah, your fucking hand is stuck, and you're like, holy shit.
I'm really angry about that part.
How come?
It feels like they either assumed you were not going to lose the fingers, or they just didn't bother writing two things, because later that guy is, wielding a gun and manhandling people and just doesn't give it, like, you lose two fingers, you're not gonna be having a good time.
Yeah.
And they just gloss over it.
Yeah.
He's
yeah.
I was just
wise.
like, and he's like, yeah, when he was like pushing around the other guy and like, you know, just come on, you know, you're not going to do that when you're 2 fingers short, right? Like, it's not a thing.
Yeah.
I think the
or when they're like screaming at the guy, you did all the stuff, not you took my fingers. Like, come on. Do you think he has them like in his shirt pocket? You think he's got he believes he'll come back?
They're the bear traps
wouldn't
now.
You left him? Would you leave the thing? You like wrap them up in a paper towel?
Did she? You can get them out, right? You have to try to pry it open like 3 times.
I don't think so.
She did get them out, didn't she?
No. He lost fingers in their game.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I'm watching different. I'm watching you and Amber play, and I'm also watching some other people play.
Oh.
And you can get it out. But
can you?
Yeah, you try and it breaks. You try and it breaks. You try and it opens.
Oh.
But I think if you do that, you somewhere down the line you fuck something up because it took you too long to get the fingers out.
There you go.
I just cut them when I played.
It's that butterfly. It's neat that butterfly effect actually works that way, and I know it's awfully scripted.
Like there's a lot of.
But I mean, it's
10
cool.
paths that lead to the same spot. But
the diamond.
Yeah.
They're pretty good about rewarding decisions. Like cause and effect feels like in small stuff at least it feels really important. Like you do something happens.
The thing that annoyed me about that game is like some of these jump scares are just there for the sake of jump scares.
They got you good.
Holy fuck!
That clip is amazing.
That clip is really good, and I keep forgetting to post it, but it's funny. But I mean that one, it was like one of the biggest offenders. Like there's a fucking ghost that pops right into your vision.
Yep.
And then you're scared, and obviously that's going. But then like they walk into the room, and then that's just it. Like. There's some cheap ones. They mentioned something about, whoa, what was that? Yeah. And then they walk into the room and that's it.
It's like rising, falling action, you know?
Sure.
Kind of. How to keep the tension up. Don't ever let them feel safe, right? Just when you think you're good.
But it cheapens it a little bit,
it
right?
does,
like there's good horror elements in the game. And when you use the cheap props, it makes it...
Like, this game could be very genuinely, like, creepy. And I get they're using, like, horror tropes. Like, teen horror movie tropes. So it's fine that way, but I mean...
And, like, it's supposed to be zany, and it's supposed to be really gory and over the top, and, like, on those flashbacks, you see those 2 twins in the beginning die, like, 500 times.
Yeah.
Like, they are not... The guy gets cut in half with a saw, and intestines just spill out.
Yeah.
Like, they are going for a very clear aesthetic and feel.
Yes.
And I think they totally nailed it.
And, like, to be fair to the to say it cheapens it, when you get kind of to the twist there, right? You can see why, because it's intended to be that cheap. Like in universe,
yes,
it's intended to be a little right.
Yeah.
Knowing how that game ends, I wonder what Amber's gonna think.
Yeah, there's some shit coming up.
I like it. I like it a lot.
So do I, and I'm having a lot of fun with it. I'm glad you guys are having fun with it, and I know like the fans are having fun with it, so that's good.
I really enjoyed her constant. All these female characters suck. They're all useless. And it's funny she'd be like, "No, I would just go in and barge in and do stuff," and then I was like, "I would be hiding in the corner," and then back, "No, I'd be barging." She's very, very opinionated about the characterization, and it's good.
It follows those tropes, right? Yeah. And yeah. Maybe if they do like a follow up or whatever. I mean, they have a follow up, but like if they continue down this road, hopefully that they go a smarter route, like a more attention filled, more psychological horror would be excellent.
Or try something different. Like it doesn't have to be a slasher / monster like thing every time, right? You can do a lot of cool stuff.
Speaking of that,
Heavy Rain 2,
Hidden Agenda.
Yeah,
I spoke about it last week.
What is that game? I don't know what that game is, other than it's from the people that made Until Dawn.
So from the people that made Until Dawn, it follows. I think you can play as a beat cop who is sort of investigating this crime scene.
It's a game about vegetables.
It's a music police, actually.
Cop. Did I say beat cop? I meant beat cop.
Yeah, you said he said beat cop, but he meant beat cop.
Yeah,
of course.
Yeah, okay.
He said B-E-T, he meant B-E-A-T.
Right. Sorry, I wasn't clear, you guys.
I feel like our humor just went way over his head.
I think he one-upped us. I think he one-upped us.
Yeah, I feel like I did.
He one-upped us there. He got us. That was
good. She's investigating this crime scene of this guy that they call
the carrot
trickster or something. Okay. I don't know. Anyways, his whole shtick is
I'm committing.
The drummer.
Setting up these scenarios wherein he holds a person hostage, but he sets up traps for first responders, cops, paramedics, firemen.
That is dark.
It's very,
totally.
Saw.
I don't really know how the narrative plays out, but you also play as a district attorney who is actually questioning him. So apparently he gets caught or whatever.
Extreme objection.
Sure, maybe. I don't know. How does what's his face do it?
Phoenix.
Objection.
Phoenix.
Yeah, objection.
Yeah, in a big word bubble. But in a way that so you're presented with two options or whatever. This game uses this what do they call it? The PS4 link. It's this phone app where you can pair it with.
Oh, this is one of those games. Okay.
So the three of us, up to 5, I think, we can put in our opinions, and I think it's majority rule. But there are little variables and little things where maybe Brandon pulls the card where his decision is a little bit more weighted, right? And also we'll also pull cards that.
So it's like one person's on the controller, everyone else on a phone.
I don't really know how that works.
Maybe most of those are you set it up with the controller and then everybody's on their phone.
Yeah.
There's no like prime player, I guess.
I don't think so.
We also get this. We also pull this one card that gives us a hidden agenda, which I need as the district attorney. I need him to, I don't know, confess maybe, or my hidden agenda is like I need him to. It's like so the groups as the district attorney, we need him to confess. But my hidden agenda is like I need him to play out this whole other story,
or like
for whatever reason
to cover your crimes.
I need
something
him
like
to
that.
implicate Kevin is my hidden agenda, or whoever.
Sure, but I mean, like it sort of like obviously the right decision would be this one, but like my agenda needs me to answer
Sure,
here.
it's like a hidden information mostly team.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Have you played this?
No,
Or
I
just kinda
I've watched the
seen
trailer
what's up,
about
yeah.
it.
You sat home with 5 phones.
But so our next idea is to get like 5 other people or 3 other people and
try
play
that.
this. Yeah.
You should look into what it actually is, because I know if it's in that first wave of PlayStation Link or whatever it's called games, where like
Yeah, I know.
That seems
I'm
like just
bad.
like there's board games that I think do that better. This just feels like a clunky version of that, just trying to hook the tech in.
Sure, but I mean,
it kind of depends what they do, though.
Sure. Just the way you described it seems like it's. I've played board games that are almost exactly that, and this feels like it adds the necessary layers.
It seems
it's
like
a stream
Avalon.
idea,
Sure.
and I mean, it looks cool.
Sure.
I'll link the
PS4
trailer.
link it to me.
Yeah.
The like, do you remember whatever the fuck that game is where Shu is a riot cop? You know what I'm talking about? They showed the demo for this PS4 Link stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe it was at E3 this year. That might be right.
It's kind of that party game.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it's like, oh look, who do you think in your group is most like, or draw whoever is a riot cop?
Yeah,
I'm
that's exactly it. Because after I watched that one, it linked me to all the other PS4 Link
like, oh boy.
things, and I was like, oh, more stream ideas. And I started watching, and I'm like, this looks dumb.
That first wave of games was bad.
But I mean, like this has the Until Dawn creators behind it, so the game looks cool.
Yeah,
And
it
I
could
mean,
be cool.
Sure,
Check it out. Worst
We'll
thing you do
see.
is, I guess, waste your money. You know, check it out and not play
it's
it.
only
ever
like
again, but
$25. I was surprised when it said
Only?
$25.
they could have made me pay $70.
I'm about to buy Assassin's Creed for $80 goddamn dollars, Matt.
Rubes.
I'm sorry to hear that.
I bought Shadow of War for $80 goddamn dollars, and I'm ready to give that game up.
Yeah, I think
Strong
I think
choice.
I advised against buying that game, didn't I?
No, I've had my fun with it.
Okay. So have I. I'm like 40
Yeah.
hours into it, and it was an okay 40 hours, but Jesus, I'm not finishing.
You want to hear the story of
Of Shadow.
Shadow of War?
No, I'm aware a lot of the story.
Don't worry, I know. Gollum is in it. Now you're hooked.
Yeah.
Gollum. Bad Gollum voices.
Oh, really?
Is
Oh,
it
yeah.
bad? I don't even know.
It's fine, but like, they're all bad now. Even Gollum is like, Gollum's voice is bad.
There's it's a fine line to walk between like being like the creepy kind of unsettling Gollum and just actual farce.
Yeah.
Right? Like that Gollum is just right on that line, like, and even like in the movies and the good bits, there's parts where it's funny, right? Like whereas the voice is just so set up that if you don't nail the atmosphere and everything, it's just really stupid.
A lot of that game, a lot of Shadow War, I would sum up as really stupid.
Stupid. Orc slavery, I heard people complaining about a lot.
Yeah, I don't.
Which was just the most bizarre
They're-
complaint ever.
Because they don't really discuss it in the game, but
they're
like the orcs are just creations of evil. They are bred to do evil. Like they're not. There isn't supposed to be like orc society, and like there aren't orc children, and they don't go to orc school, and they don't have. You know what I mean? They are just created. They are like genetic soldiers. They are created with one purpose: to destroy men.
I think that's what that's very close to what Confederates said back in about the 1800s.
This is Tolkien, not me. This is Tolkien. All right, they're Middle Earth Nazis. Only Yeah, they're kind of Middle Earth Nazis.
Sure.
Totally, I guess. But like, and then
Uruk Sigheil.
yeah, sure.
That was a bit of a stretch.
Or maybe because weren't the orcs elves, or
Yes,
were the
they were elves.
Urukai elves?
The orcs were corrupted
The
elves.
orcs.
The original orcs were corrupted
Yeah. Okay.
elves.
Yes. Yeah. There you go. They're not born. They're created. So
Well, no, like the original orcs were elves, and then they kept breeding evil.
Yeah, I guess.
The Urukai
Spawning
were created,
Yeah.
by Saruman, but
I don't-
original orcs were.
Or Sauron. I've always called him Mordor for some reason.
You're thinking of Sauron.
you're thinking of Sauron. Yeah.
Sauron was the
okay.
White Wizard.
That's right.
Isengard.
I
They're taking the
I don't know.
hobbits too.
I don't know. Oh,
Listen, he's not. He's
Disclaimer?
actually the Wizard of Many Colors.
disclaimer.
He's not.
I don't know fuck all about Lord of the Rings.
Okay, well, back in the day, Celebrimbor, and no, it's
We tell you about Fëanor and the Silmarillions.
yeah,
Silmarils, sorry.
But from the story that these two games have told me,
Can you put story in quotes?
Yeah,
Just
okay.
Story.
it has me closer than ever to that whole franchise.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, I
that's a
know,
gross
I
way to
know.
be. That's a gross way
I
to be.
know you guys.
You should stop.
But like, I like
Man,
Celebrimbor.
I drank a lot of malt liquor. Now I really like booze, is what this is saying. I wasn't a big drinker until I had all these 40s.
I sort of like Celebrimbor in that like he's just like a no nonsense kind of guy.
Yeah, I like his delivery a lot.
Yeah.
Like, I like the actor that plays him.
Yeah.
And he's a cool character. It's just
And
that-
like when he raises his voice, there's that echo effect or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah. And he's like possessing
doing the hand thing. Yeah, it's
He's a cool
not a lot of that in the books. There's a lot of poems, multi-page poems.
Yeah,
Do you like
songs.
poems?
but
Let me tell you about Tom Bombadil.
but Jesus Christ, like I don't think I played as much as you, Matt. But
Did you get to the part where you kind of finish that first fortress and they're like, okay, here's 5 more. See ya.
Yeah. And I've conquered like 3 out of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's quite a bit.
It is quite a bit.
Really? And you're
okay.
I'm done like also 3.
Yeah.
But I guess I'm kind of taking my time and like building up my army. I don't know. Listen, you conquer them all, and then it gets to a point where you have to defend them all.
Oh, I haven't
and do
defended them.
fucking
But I mean,
20 defense missions.
a game's not hard.
No.
And you're just kind of just tapping away, and sometimes you can do cool shit. Like I spec my character so that if I do a like an execution to one guy, I can keep pressing square for as long as I have focus, and I can send Celebrimbor out, and that's always super cool and fun.
Sure.
And then I'm just hacking away until that might builds up again, and I can do that again.
Yeah.
And then fucking orc after orc, named orc after orc will come in and then do their shtick, and it's funny and cool.
Sometimes.
And the voices are really good, and I'm like, this
Sometimes.
is great. It's neat that they're all unique.
Yeah.
Most of them are unique.
Yeah. Some of
A
them.
lot of them are unique.
Unique new orc. Unique new orc.
But yeah,
All right,
but
stop the show.
In the end, like
doesn't get any better than that.
in the end, like you can possess these worms and you can gain intel on these guys, and I've just stopped doing that because no sort of like ability or trait that these orcs have can, like, maybe I can't jump over them, but like I can stun the fuck out of them and do the stun like multi-strike,
Yep.
and then build up my might and then execute him and then execute like 5 other orcs.
Eventually, I got to the point where I would run into the middle of a fortress and just start dominating guys, which is like a little wheel that ticks up, so you have to kind of be uninterrupted for a few seconds, and then just hit the counters. When they come to hit you, because my dude, if you like time the counter perfectly, which is not hard, it's a huge window.
Yeah.
You just kill them instantly.
Kill
So
them
you're
instantly.
just dominating, kill, dominating, kill, dominating, kill, dominating, kill, and like,
Wow.
I don't want to do that for another like 60 hours,
Yeah, I don't
but
want
like
to either.
it seems like I'm barely halfway through the game.
It came to the point where it was like in Metal Gear where you don't want to kill these guys anymore because
Of course it was.
We got a market here. What's the time? Time to Metal Gear.
Give or take about 30 minutes or so.
I'm gonna start keeping records of this. Time to Metal Gear.
That's funny to me personally in a
TTMG.
way that I'm actually doing that.
We all have a thing that's time to someone making that reference. I busted mine out like 2 minutes in.
Anyways, in Metal Gear, once you get to the point where you're folding these guys and building up your army, you just don't want to kill them anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just Fulton everybody through that portal.
Yeah. And so I'm possessing all the named orcs, and yeah, just building up this army. It's not even as like as impactful as it is in Metal Gear, because like you're just building up these guys so that like the one guy at the top is not as hard to kill.
When you have to
Or when you-
defend,
that one come into play?
then you use your army to like. It's not good though.
I feel like every game in that style just hits that point where you're overpowered, where it just becomes.
Yeah,
I don't know what design style you can do to really get away from that. Make it less
Scale 'em with you
tedious
somehow. I don't know. Like even playing on the hardest difficulty, because that was my problem with the first one. Was like so early, you become so powerful that the game's trivial, and the same thing happens in this one, even on the hardest difficulty.
But I guess like you also have to show progress. Like you can't just tread water. Like, and as you improve, they improve, then it becomes boring because you don't ever. Part of these games is I want to see how much cool stuff I got. Right.
Yeah.
So you never get to that point.
And like that's a hard problem to solve too when you're designing a 120-hour game. Whatever this is too much of a.
I think the point of it is
thing, really.
stop downloading or stop designing. Stop. People need to stop demanding 120-hour games so they can stop designing 20 hours. So because there's probably 30 hours of great gameplay, and then they just extended weird bits of it.
That's not how it goes now, and we had that discussion. Well, we have been having the same discussion like
I harp on this a lot
for a few weeks,
10 years now,
where these developers are creating these games for big budgets, and they want a return on their money, so they add microtransactions or these loot boxes. Whereas a game like Uncharted Lost Legacy, you play through that game once, maybe twice, and that's about it. I don't
even think that it's like that. That's an issue, but I don't think that's the issue this has. I think it's that somehow it's become one of the gold standard metrics to measure games on is how many hours is it?
Yeah.
People ask how many hours is it? That's why I want my dollar per hour. We were looking at that at dinner on Wednesday. What's my dollar per hour in these games?
I feel pretty good about it. $8.90 per hour Steam account.
You can look at your Steam account and it'll calculate on average what you pay.
Yeah.
But just like there's so many games I bought for $20-$30 that are like 2 hours long and they're great. I don't want 50 hours out of them.
Hellblade, right? It's a little 6-hour thing, which was awesome.
I still haven't played that.
But there's so many people are just trying to get hours, and you end up getting shitty hours, right?
It's kind of like Skyrim and more recently The Witcher's fault in a lot of ways, because these were huge games with hundreds and hundreds of hours of content, but it was not all, but like most of it, The Witcher especially, was very, very good the entire way through. Like Witcher, I could probably play 1,000 hours of The Witcher, do every piece of content in there, and I think that makes people think that they want that. Really, they're focusing on the wrong thing. What they really want is like handcrafted, interesting content to play through, but what they think they want is this 500-hour thing.
But it's hard to quantify Skyrim, like the what it had. But the quantifiable thing is it took 100 hours to play.
It's true. Witcher's a much better example, because there's like no. Skyrim, you can kind of just go jank around the world for a long time if you want. Witcher is like you're doing stuff they made or nothing. Right,
but I'm like writing. I don't know. It just as like it's people like stats and easy to digest things, and so like you can't in 100 words tell me everything that was great about The Witcher, but you can say it took me 500 hours.
Yes,
and someone like that's an impactful statement.
Yes,
right?
that's very true. And
it sucks that that's become the thing, right?
Even like Steam reviews, the very first thing you see, hours played.
Yeah, right? Exactly. Like it's become the thing. Right?
Yeah.
Oh, pardon me, in case of the burps here.
For however long I played Shadow of War, I think I'm done.
Yeah, I got to the same point.
It
feels bad not finishing it though. Even
I don't feel bad.
I've had my time. Really?
Well, the story is doing nothing for me.
Yeah, but like, doesn't it? Even though
I've never been as connected to Lord of the Rings as now, but the story is terrible.
Exactly. That's just how much I care for that thing.
You just like dominating orcs.
He hates Lord of the Rings, hates Nintendo. This guy hates Mario. Can you believe that? Fucking hates Mario.
Hate Mario.
I came in today
about that later.
with a Mario poster and he spit on it.
Shadow of Mordor was this cool thing where it was a lot more spread out, right? And then you mentioned this last week where you have these in Shadow of War,
two bigger maps instead of 5 smaller.
Yeah. So these 5 smaller ones, and you're literally tripping on these orcs.
Yeah.
In the first game, when a named orc would come, when you'd come upon him, and then he'd do his shtick or spiel or whatever, it was cool.
And it was
meaningful
awesome because it didn't happen every 2 minutes.
Exactly. In this one, they're all sort of crammed into these smaller areas, and you're tripping over them, or they're tripping over you, or you're fighting like a bunch of orcs, and then some guy comes up on you and starts yelling at you, and it just happens too many times. And like killing these orcs, even though it's fun, it's just like you kill one, you attack one dude, and then
kill one orc, you basically kill them all.
They're just all of a sudden inundating you, and then it's just there's just too much of it, too much of a good thing.
I think that's the one hope. Like I've never played any of these games. I'm not going to. I can't even get to the point where I can critique the gameplay. I just hate the plot so much. The one thing is the system from one that you're talking about, like that, the Nemesis system. I think it's.
Yes.
I hope that this doesn't kill that as like a game design piece, because that is such a cool, unique, neat thing, and I feel like there's a place for it, and they need to handle it well. But it's something different in games when all games are the same nowadays. I hope they do something with that, not treading all over Tolkien.
That's how we had that exact same thought when the first game came out years ago, and it was really weird that you didn't see nobody's picked it up, and still nobody's picked it up. I sort of wonder if they have like some weird patent on that type of thing, because like imitation is the highest form of flattery, especially in the video game industry. Somebody somewhere,
it's any sort of media you see, like it's always like, why does 6 movies that look the same? That's how things work. Like game comes out, this really worked, and they just keep crapping stuff out like it. So it is surprising that no one's done. I can't think. I'm trying to think of a synonym for Nemesis that they could just riff off of.
But I mean,
opponent, wrestling game opponent system,
arch enemy,
sports game, any sports game, you could fit it in a lot of places.
It's one fan who just hates you, who's always in the stands, just staring, just booing you every time you touch the ball.
You gotta get to know his friends, so you can work your way to him and then beat him up.
I'd play FIFA for that.
Yeah, that's about it. Like
you don't care enough to finish it. Like
it's fun, and maybe I'll go back to it. It's just like I've been playing a lot of it lately on my downtime, and I'm like, I'm kind of neglecting Street Fighter or Marvel vs. Capcom for this. But Marvel vs. Capcom like stresses me out. Like I'm getting fucking killed now. Like,
you started buying some items.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh boy.
You start off at rank 15, and then you can go into rank 14, and that's all beginner league. But once you get past rank 14 into 13, 12, 11, or whatever, then you have to start.
Wait, then 10? You just go to 10.
Yep.
Nice. I'm not going to spec it.
Okay.
That's too tough.
Then you get into just like real players, not just
you
shitty
can't
scrubs.
play that beginners league bracket anymore.
No, and then I'm getting just the floor wiped with me, and so. You lose points, and you can actually derank. So I don't want to go back into that beginners league. So I keep trying at.
So like for context, like what is it? Are you like losing 90-10? Like, is it that bad? Is it like is it 70-30? Is it?
What's your
have you won a match this week?
No.
Oh wow.
No.
Oh boy.
All right. It's like 90-10 is that's the absurd high water.
Give up. Put it on the shelf. Rest up those fingers. Dragon Ball Fighter Z is on the way. I've been rewatching Kai. I'm all ready for it now. Just save him.
I really like Marvel vs. Capcom, and
like, were you not this unbelievably bad at previous ones?
No,
it was a very. Three was a very different game.
But
I know. I'm saying like
a completely different game, and I had a core group of friends that I worked with that would play it.
Sure.
This was when we were at BioWare.
So you could beat up on chumps.
They weren't chumps at all. It's just that we were kind of all at the same level. Like one guy would get better, and then like we'd all rise to his level.
Chumps can't recognize chumps. We understand.
Yeah,
that's not chumps.
But like,
look around the table if you don't see a chump.
It was just that core group where we could like bounce ideas off of, and like if one guy was like dominating, he'd have enough like. He'd just be cool enough to be like, okay, like when I do this, like you can see where I could possibly drop this combo. So you need to capitalize on that.
No, I'm absolutely with you. Like I play competitive games, and that's the biggest thing.
And we were super cool with each other. So we got better as we went. Whereas I'm playing on the internet or playing over PSN, and I'm getting fucking killed like 90. Right. Yeah. I'm just, oh my god, I didn't even touch this guy.
And like you can't ask any one of your opponents for advice. They're just gonna start making comments about your mother, right?
But I mean, like. The Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite subreddit is actually really helpful.
Yeah.
It's just like this week, I would lose like 4 or 5 times in a row, and then I'm just fuck it, I'm playing Shadow of War, and then I just go there and I'm like, this game kind of sucks, but whatever. At least I'm killing fucking orcs.
When Fighter Z comes out, I will get it with me, and like let's.
Yeah, I will.
We need to both have it at the same time, and I'll come over to your place on a Monday on your stream, and we'll both play it in real life, and like we'll try to make it stick.
That's still not for a while. That's next year, man.
February, yeah, it's coming up.
Who gets first billing on E&O play?
Done.
O&E.
I don't know. We'll have to talk about that.
I think
whoever's holding the belt at that time.
Sure.
I think O&E is a like a television channel. I don't think we could use that one.
So I like you said something funny there about Shadow of War that relates kind of my own game experience. Where you'll play something that you care about, that you like, and you'll get a little tilted at it, and then you just go play like the most milk toast whatever time wasting game, and you're like, why am I doing this? That's me with Warcraft right now. I'm just like, it's better than nothing. Like it's like watching a
It's like turning wrestling on them.
Yeah, I'm like, why am I doing it? Like, I want to go play more of this game, but it's beating the shit out of me. So I just go do this thing that's, it's not bad. It's limbo, right? And it's awful. It's awful.
And it's handleable, and you're getting.
You kind of autopilot it, right?
You autopilot it, but you're doing stuff, and you're feeling good about yourself.
You're getting that. I achieved a thing. I killed that orc.
Feels good to like activate anything you do with your lizard brain.
Yeah,
you can just kind of do on autopilot.
But it feels like that's like just the worst thing you should do. Like you should strive not to spend a lot of time with that, because it's
true.
It is true.
As productive as gaming can be, that is wasteful gaming, I'd say.
I tilt at Eternal all the time,
yeah.
And like I'm on like a 30 game losing streak, or I'm doing really good so far, which is insane because according to their leaderboards, I am the 1001st best player in the world.
Wow,
and have lost 30 games in a row. But you play like 10 games of that and fucking throw your phone across the room, and then you watch wrestling and you're like, I hate this even more. Now I'm just wasting my time, and I'm not playing Eternal. No. I'm going to bed at 6 p.m.
Yeah, honestly, that's the same thing with me and Magic, and that comes back to what Oliver says, when you can sit down and talk with other people that are having the same experience, where you can talk about the bad beats, that makes all the difference in the world.
Totally.
It's good.
Yeah, and like I really like the idea of being able to give each other feedback, and like, okay, you're whooping me or I'm whooping you, and be like, oh, here's the flaw in my strategy. Here's how to beat whatever character I like to play. And like, playing games with friends is fun.
Yeah. Well, that's the conventional wisdom. That here's a tip for anyone who wants to be good at anything: is if you want to be good at something, find people that are better than you and play with them and learn from them.
You don't get smarter by playing a dumb opponent.
I got called out by Scotty.
Good.
Of Satpod fame.
Oh, that's Scotty.
Yeah,
okay.
that one. I was listening to their podcast today, and he challenged me at Marvel vs. Capcom.
Oh shit!
I know.
Oh no, Boris holds the belt. Never mind.
Yeah, he does.
I was gonna say Scotty has the belt. You should challenge him for the belt.
But he's like, yeah, I'll kick his ass at that game, and I was like, fuck you, Scotty.
The feud is on.
I don't know you, but fuck you.
Can you do, is there any, like, 2-on-2? Can, like, each of us play a character type of thing? No?
I think they might be beta-ing that idea, but I'm not sure.
Beta-ing? What if each of you play half the controller?
Yeah.
That'd be something else.
Can we get it on the Switch? We could each play with one of these things.
One of those dumb things.
Yeah. This one sucks. So I got a Nintendo Switch today, by the way. And the controllers like pop off to be their own controllers.
Just pop off.
Yeah, here I'm gonna.
You gotta just buy a pro controller. Just get it over with.
Yeah, I have one somewhere from the Wii. So this one controller on the right hand side has the joystick right in the fucking center of it. That is insane. Who in the world is gonna play with this joystick in the center? It is the most insane thing.
They're dumb.
That whole
you gotta buy. You should buy a 1-2 switch for the.
It's like $70, or I would
for the 24-hour, because that's a good game for that kind of thing. It's
if it wasn't full price.
Yeah,
I
it's
totally
so
would.
expensive.
I totally would.
But it's a really hilarious game for about 2 hours.
Yeah, probably. It seems like it'd be a good like drinking game.
Yeah,
a good party game. Sorry, I totally hijacked here.
No, that's about it.
Yeah,
tune in on Monday tonight. Whenever you listen to this, or you may
it's
have already
probably
passed.
right now if you're listening to this.
Yeah.
Oh, this comes up at 7 a.m. So I mean, you might have all day.
For the conclusion, for the dramatic conclusion of Until Dawn.
Dun dun dun.
If you missed it, watch the VOD. Go watch the previous ones. It's really good. Like it's a fun game. It's a good story, and they play it well. Make your mics a little louder is the only feedback I could give you.
There's not really much I can do.
We're working on that audio.
Yeah,
you're a little quiet was the only thing.
I don't speak loud enough.
Maybe you could just be quieter and Amber could be louder. That'd be
fun
too.
I mean, it should just be A plays.
Yeah.
We'll figure something out. If you guys keep streaming, we'll figure some real audio out for you one day.
Yeah, and I was thinking about this today. I was listening to another podcast, and they were kind of shit talking the whole PS4 ability to stream. And I'm like, if it weren't for that, like I probably would not even participate in this whole initiative.
No, buy a computer, stream through that.
You can plug one of these things into the.
Yeah, most people who stream that I've seen stream PS4 do it through the computer because the PS4 is so clunky.
I know,
and we have.
It seemed perfectly fine to me. You press one button, you fucking log in Twitch.
Yeah, but like you can't have an overlay or anything, and the chat is just so bad.
We've got like Echo.
No. Yeah, the echo kind of sucks. I was listening to one of the VODs, and I'm like,
sucks.
yeah, it's pretty bad.
Yeah. We'll figure something out.
I know. I know.
You know what would make it way better would be if you guys could just even get headphones somehow.
You can't hook up two headphones on that thing.
What if you each wear one side of an earbud?
Just get like a Y splitter.
Yeah, or also we'll get you a Y splitter because those are about $2.
Go to the old Radio Shack.
Because it's all Bluetooth. I don't think there's a plug-in.
You can't. Oh yeah. I guess how do you?
So you do like a Bluetooth receiver and then the cords out of it. That's real kludgy. Just do what you do.
Yeah.
Keep doing your
see, it's the easiest for me.
computer.
And like I said, if it weren't for all that stuff, I would not participate in this. I'm glad I am though, because it's very fun.
Yeah.
So
we're having fun. You're having fun.
Yeah.
Everyone's having fun.
Tune in Mondays. This Monday.
What's after Until Dawn? What's the sneak peek of?
It's gonna be that hidden agenda game.
Hidden agenda game, nice. Very
cool. For better or for worse, like we're gonna go through.
Even if it's you on 5 phones, it's happening.
Yeah. Yes.
Don't even show the screen. Just a close up of you at a kitchen table with 5 phones.
That played great on this audio podcast.
Sure.
Oliver was like pantomiming, pushing 5 screens,
for those,
looking amazed.
For those who want to see that, tune into the live Twitch.
Yeah.
I don't know, Matt. You want to talk about what is that game you have here?
Nintendo Switch.
No, Life is Strange.
Not really. I just want to say I'm saving all my thoughts for our spoiler cast when they're all out. But
this one seemed to go over well for you guys.
Yeah, I just want to say I really like the second episode. Wasn't too hot on the first one. Was like medium on it. I actually really like this one. Yeah. Did you played it and finished it?
Yeah.
And, okay. Yeah. Colin and I had a long chat about Airbenders after we both played that game, and. So that now I know how Naruto runs, and that's fun.
Oh, Naruto run?
With his hands like this.
Yeah, you ever seen like the big Naruto runs that get together?
No.
Like, 100 people, we do like a 5K like that. It's hilarious. It's unreal funny. Yeah.
That's a good time.
Well, I know nothing about that other than the
runs like that.
Yeah.
Life is Strange is great. Continues to be great.
It's good. I actually like the first one more than this one, but whatever. We can discuss it later.
Also doesn't have a conclusion yet. Like, you can't judge it until then.
It's true. So far, it's been very good. But like, I know we all kind of know where it's going. This being a prequel.
That's true.
And the like,
or it's an alternate timeline.
Yeah, we know. Oh, you stole my fan theory that I told to Colin.
I'm just dreading it because I am getting very attached to
Rachel
Amber.
Fuck yes!
Oh,
finally.
I really like her. I really like her.
I didn't like her episode 1 enough. I've come around though.
I have a huge crush on her.
Yeah.
I understand why all the kids at fucking Arcadia Bay are in love with this lady, this young woman.
Pulls you out on the stage.
Yeah.
We'll talk later. Save all that. We won't remember.
No, I'm just hoping that like Kevin, because he's gonna play Day of or whatever.
Yeah. He's marathoning it, right?
Yeah, and so he brings up all these points, and we can come.
Totally.
Yeah.
I bought a.
Sorry. Question for Brandon. Like that's nothing. You're not. This isn't turning you on at all. Life is Strange.
16-year-old Rachel Amber is not turning you on at all.
I played the first episode of the first one, and I didn't dislike it. I didn't get the momentum to give a shit.
Yeah, it's a slow burn.
Which
you got to be like
nothing against the game. I just don't interact with games a lot anymore.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. That it seems fine.
Teach his own. You could totally. That's one of those games where like. You just watch somebody play it and you're getting a fine experience.
Straight up, I did actually watch someone play the first episode and then I just gave up watching that. Like right when these first originally like these style of games started to come out, the Walking Dead was the first one, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Bryce of podcast fame was over the fucking moon about that one, and he actually bought and gifted to me on Steam that. And for years I'm like, I'm gonna play it. I'm totally gonna play it, and I really intended to, and I still have not.
I've done that exact same thing.
It kills me. I'm like, I feel so bad. Because look, when someone gifts it and gives you feel an obligation.
Yeah,
like,
totally.
No.
It's hard because that game, like, it starts off just.
Walking Dead doesn't. Walking Dead starts off good.
Are we talking about Walking Dead?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought we were talking about
Strange.
Life is
Is a real
Strange.
slow burn. Real slow.
Walking Dead is good though.
I don't like zombies or the Walking Dead
Oh, okay.
franchise in general.
What if the people were the real Walking Dead?
Yeah, how can anybody? I heard Walking Dead's kind of a dumpster fire now. Anyway, yeah, like Life is Strange, I liked it, and I just never. I don't know. I own all of them.
Maybe one day.
Well, it's just because we have an attachment to it because we've named it one of our game of the years.
You couldn't tell me which year, even if you tried.
No,
right?
couldn't.
I
couldn't.
2014, I think.
Yeah.
We had
But
this on the subreddit.
Yeah, everything's just wrong every year. It's like, oh,
We've also dedicated like entire shows to this like
You had a
talking
group
about this
cosplay and
group cosplay.
Dude, my Chloe is spot on.
And just the feeling towards it, at least with Matt, Kevin, and Brando and I.
Sure.
Yeah, but you say that as like we've developed this feeling because we've done all this stuff. It's totally the other way around. We did all this stuff because we really liked it.
No, I think like even outside of the you all liking it together, you all would have liked it just. I don't think that there was the group element matters a lot. Just from hearing all you talk about it,
the group element.
I would have never played it if Brando
Brando
brought it over one day and was like, check this out,
and
the whole for like 45 minutes, I'm like, dude, what are we doing? This is dumb. And then you get to the part where she turns back time. I'm like, okay.
I would not have played it if not for them either. And then,
do you not have like the what is it? Is it Cindy Lauper? If I could turn back time, just going through that's all I got out of that. That was just pounded into my head.
Tell us about your stupid Nintendo.
I bought a Switch today. I went to apparently they're everywhere because I went to buy the game at a different store after. And anyways, I went to Walmart this morning for something unrelated, and so they had one. Sure. And I had a doctor's appointment this afternoon as well. So I'm like, man, I'm going to be sitting in that doctor's office for a while. It'd be a good time to get a Switch and play it right there. And they've only got one, so I better. And so I did. I bought a black Pro-Con or Joy-Con Switch with Super Mario Odyssey.
It was like the bundle, or did you have to?
No, they didn't have the game, so I had to go to EV Games afterwards and get the game.
So you got no game with it. It comes with like no game.
Yeah, no, literally no game, and like not even. I was looking around though, like I didn't connect
like
to the
party
internet.
games or whatever the garbage usually get.
Yeah, or like even something like here's our HD Rumble and like here's our motion. Like it doesn't seem like there's anything in it. Granted, I've only kind of been playing with it for maybe a few hours, and pardon me, that's all been Mario time. It's a cool piece of hardware. Like I know Oliver, it does nothing for him, but the first time that you are playing it and then you put it in the dock and you see it just throw up to the TV is like this watershed moment of why isn't everything like this? This is amazing.
I remember like when they first kind of announced like that whole thing about it. I'm like, well, one, no one's ever gonna use that. Two, I'm like, why would you want to carry around your $500 console as I pull out my fucking smartphone?
Yeah,
like, wait a sec.
And like it is the exact size.
But it was just I can't get over
that.
I can't get over that. The weird stigma I have about carrying around a console.
They should make see the screen is like almost the exact size of my phone. They should just make this thing make phone calls and text as well. Sure. And there you go. This is your phone, and if you want to play games, you snap two controllers on it.
No, it's a sharp unit, and like I don't own a Switch. I'm never going to Switch, but I watched about 10 hours of Odyssey today, and I'm in love with the game.
Dude, it's
delightful.
It is. I can't believe Oliver. He has like an aggressive hate on for.
Do you like platforming
and Mario?
No, I don't.
Okay, there you go. Because all it is good platforming.
Yes, and like. And like good feelings being thrown at you, like amazing music that if you have ever played a Mario game in your life is just like it's sending shivers up your spine.
Oh god, the first time you hit an 8-bit part, you're like, oh man, this is everything amazing. You can like go through a pipe and you're in a 2D part in the 3D world.
Guys,
you play like
the 4 games I just talked about were Until Dawn,
Marvel vs. Capcom,
Shadow of Mordor,
say Marvel vs. Capcom on this goddamn list because I know where you're going,
and Marvel vs. Capcom. and these games all elicit terrible feelings in me.
Oh, that's not where I thought you were gonna go. These are good feelings.
don't need. That's not what I look for in games. Apparently, that's what I'm just trying to say. Like,
yeah, you should try to broaden your horizon because there's. Listen, I didn't think I was like, okay, I'm gonna buy a Switch when there's a hardware revision. Was my original plan.
Sure.
And I watched a bunch of people playing Mario Odyssey and was like, oh my god, this is hitting all those like notes that Mario 64 did back when I was a kid.
People refer to it as it looks like Mario's it looks like how we remember Mario 64 looking.
It's 100%.
And it's exactly. I keep watching. It's kind of got some of the weird camera that Mario 64 had. Unfortunately,
he has all his Mario 64 moves minus he doesn't have the kick because he throws his hat now instead. But like.
Oh yeah, like the side flip and the triple jump and
it is so Mario 64. And like that was my first video game, like mine. You know, like we had a NES in the house and we had games in the house, but like I got an N64 and I got Mario 64, and like it's just hitting all those notes.
And it's got nice callbacks to literally every Mario game.
Oh, it's so good. There's like a weird story mode in there. They talk. Did you know that Bowser the
talk is pretty funny.
Language. When he's doing his like I
don't like that.
He does that, but he's articulating proper nouns. Like it is a language with subtitles. Like Mario.
I'm not a huge fan of that. Like I don't know the half vocal thing. I was like, But the one part when because the whole shtick is Mario's hat isn't normally the weird hat thing. His hat gets destroyed, so he goes to a world of hats.
That's where it gets destroyed.
Well, yeah, he's like up in the airship when it gets destroyed, but like, man, the felt ground there is like, oh man, that looks good.
There's like a whole like info, like a Wikipedia blurb about each of those areas, and they're all hilarious. It's like currency, hat shaped, like just has all the info, like diet of the residents, and it's so fucking, it's so good.
But like so like your hat's broken, so you meet this animated hat thing, and he's like, all right, let's do it together, and he like gets in your head, and Mario just kind of goes, come on, like,
goes, oh, come on,
and it's just like that cracked me up. Like normally I don't like the half kind of, but that was really good. That was funny. Mario's always kind of half spoken. What do you think he says when you throw Bowser in Mario 64?
Come on, me something.
So I'm King Bowser.
Is that really what he says?
And no one, it's not official. It sounds like that.
Come on, me brother. Or
there's
like
lots.
That.
There's lots. Yeah, but.
Do you know the one where you like would if you were motionless long, if you'd fall asleep and start like sleep talking, and you're like, spaghetti, like he dreams of pasta.
He's not canonically Italian anymore.
No, I know, racist. He's not even a plumber anymore.
Have you got any sweet costumes yet?
No,
you got the nipples.
The only thing I have so far is like a captain's hat, a white captain's hat, which is fun. But
you're in like the Sand World, right?
Yeah, I just got the Sand World.
There's a lot of you can buy a different costume. You get the pimp suit and
oh yeah,
you get the nipples there.
Waluigi.
No, it's not the Waluigi one's later. This is just like it's like weird, a nice purple and yellow suit. It's something
sweet. It's
really cool when you go to like the 8-bit, the 2D versions. It's also in your costumes, and except the boxer shorts, you just get regular Mario for those. There's no 2D half naked Mario.
I want 2D nipple. It's so fucking happy, this game. Like it makes me feel good playing it, and like I'm getting shine or not shines, moons.
Yeah, it's constant rewards.
Oh man,
there's a lot of moons.
Yeah, there are 908. I think
there's something like 60 something in the Sand World.
Yeah, I'm going for all of them.
Like and I watched a guy play yesterday for a bit, and he got to like the Sand World and he cleared it, and like because you see like there's empty spots of you could have these moons, right? I'm like, all right, and you got all the moons. And then I watched another guy playing it today, and he got like, I don't know, 6 times as many, and there's still more. I'm like, there's a lot. And some of them it cheapens it. They don't feel like getting stars because you're like, oh, I walked around a corner moon.
Yeah, totally. Or moon. Like, oh, there's a hill and I ground pounded it moon.
Yeah, but it's still like constant good feedback, and everywhere you think something, the game makes you feel clever a lot.
Oh yeah, and like I have laughed out loud, like not held my sides, but been like, ha! Like I fucking saw the weird like photorealistic T-Rex, and I threw the hat on it and grew the mustache, and
everything with the mustache just keeps cracking me up because it's so good. The Mario mustache on
the first time
little thing.
Flies, and the first time he possesses something, he goes through this weird like Pink Floyd music video tunnel and is like becoming the frog, and it is. Some profound implications for the story of Mario are being made in this game.
It's a thing.
Oh man,
I've heard like someone say, or lots of people say, it's more Banjo-Kazooie than Mario. It's a classic like collection platformer, and that's not. I'm not saying they're bad with those games are astounding, but it feels when you look at it, it's almost exactly that. There's all these collectibles and weird little stuff, and that's cool.
That's almost like a perfect 1-to-1, actually.
Yeah, it's very close.
Yeah. I'm gonna put a bunch of time into it this weekend. I'm really looking forward to it, and it's the only game I own for my Switch. So
put a bunch of time into watching it.
Yeah, it's I wish you could feel what I feel, Oliver. That's too bad.
From an objective sense, like whether you like it or not, you got to give it to Nintendo for turning it around. Like when the Switch came out, there's a lot of they're killing it. Like even if you don't like it, objectively, they're killing it this year.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Come on,
it's just
It's just not for you.
I left Nintendo behind at the Wii because it just like they just don't come out with the games I like, and none of the developers that I like are making games for it. So
yeah, they made a
give them time, right? They had a real bad like the Wii U was a bad time for everybody.
Yeah.
So who knows? They
Doom for the Switch.
Yeah, Doom. I was just gonna say
Skyrim.
Games will start coming to this thing again.
Maybe Hopefully. Don't know. But they'll also come to the PlayStation where I'm mostly at.
Yeah, and Nintendo made a commitment, like they probably about the Wii, maybe even before that, to be different than to make different stuff, and that's not your stuff. I get that.
Yeah,
those aren't the games I like to play. They're fun to watch, and I still have the Mario nostalgia. But I'm with you. I like the deeper, the darker games, the ones
a little bit a little bit more story driven, and they just don't do that for me.
Sure.
And the games that they put out, and for the audience that they have, that's just not what they do.
Yeah.
No interest in like Breath of the Wild. Never caught you at all. Or
No,
we had this. We had this. You had
Legend of
Zelda.
Zelda.
You've been so spurned by Zelda. Those
I have.
You
That's
used
but I
to
mean,
like
there's
them.
no since like Link to the Past is probably
And everyone says this is the best one since Link to the Past.
everybody
it's different.
everybody said that about
But this is like
Midnight one.
Miyamoto
Majora's
said.
Mask.
No, what's the
Oh, Twilight Princess.
Yes.
Miyamoto's
That was
out there
good.
saying that when they made Link to the Past, like they were so limited. Obviously, it was on the Game Boy, Super Nintendo. They were so limited by their hardware that like this is what they were imagining. This is what they always wanted to get to. They just couldn't do it at the time. Yeah. This is like the purest version
even
of...
just going back, so that was a Super Nintendo Link, and that was great. But they also had Final Fantasy 3/6. They also had Secret of Mana. They also had Breath of Fire. They had a lot. They had Earthbound. Like those games were all way better games than Legend of Zelda.
Metal Gear 6 comes out exclusively to Switch. You buy a Switch?
Yes.
Obviously.
Yes.
Bought a PSP for Peace Walker.
Oh, Jesus.
I mean, I bought a PSP for Peace Walker. Oliver had his before then.
2 of the 10 PSPs in the world.
Yeah. I'm so sorry. I need to go for a quick break here. I'm about to explode. We'll take a quick break, and then we'll come back. We might have talked about some more games.
Maybe.
See here, the other side of this musical break. Sorry, buddy. I really have to pee. And I didn't want to just walk out on a 3-minute show.
I'm with you. Like, I get the whole Nintendo stack has never been a deep interest
It's
to
just
me.
no. There's like it's neat and it's innovative. I'm not going to deny that. It's just like also like the Wii was fun. Wii Sports was fun.
Yeah.
I have a Wii U as well, and I've literally played 1 game on it, 2 games maybe.
They trended to like I kind of dance around like towards younger kid games, simpler games, splashier. Like
Yeah.
you don't get the depth of story in a Nintendo game,
Yeah.
and they made a conscious effort to that, and that's fine.
And none of their franchises are conducive to that. Maybe Metroid, but I mean they haven't. They
They've
haven't.
strayed away from making Metroid
Yeah.
2D. Like the original Metroids were pretty deep. Like the story is dark. Metroid's story is dark,
Yeah,
right?
totally.
And they've kind of gone away from that.
Yeah, the Metroid Primes. What was that? Was the last one on GameCube?
I have like the only ones I really know are the originals.
Okay,
I
so
don't even
Metro
know.
Primes were kind of interesting, but yeah, like I don't know, it's just and anything else, any other game that like a third party developer, I could always get.
Sure.
Where I'm.
I don't know. It feels to me like Mario is just like an icon of gaming.
It is.
You just feel like obligated to like him because it's just one of those things. Like every kid had a Mario game growing up. If you're a gamer, right? You did.
Yeah.
You did. I'm gonna go grab a drink.
I was more of a Sonic guy.
Sure, so
If-
was I,
if,
but
like,
still Mario, right?
we're talking about it.
There's Mario has like a role in this game. I'm like, this is just Sonic.
See, Emma agrees with me, and she's totally our #1 fan.
Sorry, game. Who's our #1 fan?
Emma.
We have a lot of #1 fans.
Yeah.
I don't want to name a #1 because
No,
we have
but
we have
she's
like
up
a
there.
core group. 100%. Yeah, she's
Steady
in the upper
Eddie.
echelon. Absolutely. So is Tomo. I don't want to sell anybody short that shows
Who's
up.
Tomo?
Tomo Aguirre.
Oh yeah.
I thought it was you for the longest time.
Yeah. Does he go by anything else? Like,
I just call him Tomo.
okay.
Is that the guy we like declared what his name meant and he told us we were wrong, but it was canon at that point?
That sounds like us.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know any of the lights in this house.
Oh yeah, I walked up in the dark and just hit my knee into everything.
Hey, yeah, we're on break right now. How are you guys enjoying the show? Is it just the 2 of you?
Just the two
It's
of
just
you.
the 2 of you. Thanks for sticking around. No, that's not what that means, is it?
If you hit the thing in the top left, you can see viewers.
Yeah, that's just the 2.
Is it Hema or is it Haima?
Hema.
I think we've been over this. Hema?
Yeah.
Not Hema.
No.
Not like hematosis.
I thought it was Hema, and she corrected us.
How do you say it again? Say it again.
Hema.
Hema? Like him with an A? There, Mario's so good.
I don't like. I guess I've kind of gotten more back into it. Like I watch a lot more games than I play, and like all the Mario Maker frenzy, and I've watched a lot of speed running, so I'm like pretty primed to enjoy Mario right now.
Yeah.
It's funny, like the game's getting like 99s in reviews and stuff, and one guy I was watching was going off like I don't know who, someone gave it like a 70 something, and they're like they're probably just doing it to you know, to get views, right? Because like, oh, what could they say? I'm like, maybe they just like they obviously are, but just like just to be this like 10 minutes in the game, like it's obviously a 99, right?
Yeah.
Like if this wasn't Mario, would it like it's still a great game, but it feels like it's getting a little bit of extra boost because it's supposed to be the savior, right?
Totally.
And it lives up to it, which is good.
And it's on a new it has so many things going for it, right? New console, like his hair and his mustache are different colors, you guys. Did you can see every hair on the mustache. Oh yeah. It's so good.
Clothes.
I just want to sorry for that quick interruption there. I was about to explode. I just want to say one last thing about Mario before we move on.
Oh, are we back on?
Yeah. When I play, and maybe this is just me, but like when I play story-driven games now, like especially now that I've you know, I'm a lot more educated than I was when I was 15. I like to really think about what I'm playing now and think about like character motivations and like you know, nuance and themes and like all these. You laugh, but really we all do. We just don't articulate
I
it quite
hate
as much.
cheap story.
I absolutely love that
Thank you.
stuff.
Yes,
I hate cheap
and
story.
I like to think about like character motivation, and like I like to extrapolate beyond what they are showing you in the game. And like Mario is a fun way to just turn your brain off and just look at nice colors, and like hear him go wah.
And like, yeah, it does that, but I think it's underselling the. You ever watch? You don't really play. You ever watch some like Mario 64 being played well? There's such amazing movement in it. Like it's so good. And
Oh yeah,
I'm hearing from a lot of people like
infinite.
speedrunners, like yeah, there's the same kind of cool movement options. Like you can see there's a lot of spots where you're supposed to do it, and you're like, no, I can do this weird like jump wall jump thing. You're like,
I can't wait to see the first GDQ that this game is at,
oh, it's
because like
amazing.
Year over year too. I bet it's gonna just improve incredibly because like there's so many different hats you can wear, so many different paths through this huge open world. Like it's gonna be really interesting stuff.
I've heard people were talking about they're gonna see if you can do a snatchless % where you don't body steal anyone, don't body snatch anyone. I'm like that.
I wonder if you can do the game without.
That's gonna be curious.
Interesting.
Yeah,
very interesting. Yeah. It's really good. I'm really looking forward to putting some time into it.
You're gonna get used to hearing a lot of it. I'm sure. Like the next episode Bryce is on. Bryce has played. He didn't get a physical copy because he had to have it immediately last night, so he downloaded it because it came out at 10
on his 25 gigs of free space. Like what the fuck?
He probably bought an SD.
It's like Kevin built this goddamn thing. His computer upstairs. And, oh my gosh.
So yeah, there'll be a lot more Mario on the show once it's a little. People sunk their teeth into it a little more. Like the game's less than 24 hours old right now.
Bryce and I are gonna have like a real battle ahead of us to get Breath of the Wild and Super Mario on our Game of the Year list. A real battle. Brandon, what you been up to? You been doing anything that you want to bring up here?
No, funnily enough, because it got brought up earlier, I bought Witcher, played it for an hour and refunded it. I just wasn't feeling it.
Yeah,
nothing. And part of it was I bought it on PC,
mm-hmm.
but I didn't want to play it on PC. It seems like a game that I should play on the big screen, so I went downstairs and turned on my Steam Link, and the default buttons it shows are Xbox buttons, and I play with a PlayStation controller, and it was just tilting me so hard.
Oh, I hate that.
Isn't there a setting in Steam that you can switch those?
Not that I could find. I honestly I didn't try incredibly hard, but it was.
I think there is. I think Steam Big Picture has like a choose your default button layout thing.
But like, I mean, like that's fine. Like the layout's fine, but like in the game, it had like press the X button.
Yeah, it should. Maybe not. I don't know.
And it was just like,
yeah, that turns me off.
We could get you an Xbox controller.
I don't know. The combat was kind of tilting me, but
the combat's not
and then
good.
like 2 days later, it was on sale because I bought it at full fucking price because for some reason it's still full fucking price.
For real?
Crazy.
Yeah,
that is.
And I refunded it, and then it was like $30 like 2 days later.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
just hold off. The Halloween is it the Halloween sale? Is coming up. It started today, I think. Yeah.
I played like the barest minutes. I'll get more into this stuff. Silver Grapple.
What's a Silver Grapple?
Silver Grapple. It's just like I don't know, some kind of indie game. It's Worms Ninja Rope of the game.
Okay.
So
I'm listening.
It's just it's just Ninja. Like I watched some people stream it and speedrunning it, and it's great. So you're in this like I don't know the plot a lot. You're in this like abandoned lab, and you have to find certain things. But it's like, all you do is ninja rope, and then there's various kind of checkpoints that if you die you'll go back to this point. So you're like, try and do this six move combo. Nope, back here like there's no death animation. It's just quick, fast, fun, and the game's sweet. It's just ninja roping.
Is it like competitive like Worms? Like you're trying to knock each other off?
No, it's like it's a single player.
Oh, just
thing.
you, but like that same mechanic.
Yep, the same. Yep, exact same thing. And it's like again, I'm second. It's like $15 on Steam. Big fan.
That's like a very like narrow thing to design a full game out of. Like, I like the ninja ropes and Worms. What if we made a full game?
But it's just like I'm sure there's other stuff, but just I was watching. I'm like, this is just ninja roping, and other people are like, yeah, this is just Worms Ninja. I'm like, people love it. Like that was my thing. I love that. But no, not a lot of gaming, unfortunately.
Yeah. How's Magic been treating you?
Good. It was the Innistrad. It's a spooky Halloween, so there's a Gothic horror set. So I brought that back. Playing a bit of that. Pro Tours next weekend. Excited for that.
Yeah. What did they brought back a core set for Halloween?
No, like for Magic Online, they just do drafts of Innistrad for a couple weeks, and I was really good at that format, and I'm still really good at that format. So that's fun. But I don't know. I as you're saying, the Eternal, I just can't play a lot. I get tilted.
Yeah. It seems like there's something up with that, man. Because like I swear I go 30 games of just like flood or no mana, flood 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 no mana for and Kevin has like had the same problem where and maybe it's just the bad beat syndrome, right, where you only remember your losses, but like it just seems like something's fucked with that system. Yeah,
it is. And like I had that. I played a modern deck that just you shouldn't be able to get screwed, and like I don't know, I went 55% overall, but just every loss felt awful, and I was just tilting off. And when you have no like outlet for your tilt, it's tough. I'm like, and then I won a really amazing game. I was so excited. I'm like, no one cares.
Yeah.
I did at one point, because like you play enough, and a lot of like professionals play on there, and so you notice screen names. I played against a pro, and I'm like, oh cool, and I lost. And it was funny because he recorded it, and I saw his video go up a few days later. I'm like, oh, interesting. And I thought the game had an incredible amount of decisions because I was like agonizing through all the stuff, and he doesn't get to see what's in my hand and what's going on. So all it looks like is I'm just a slow opponent as he just plays card. And I'm just like tank. I'm like, because I was like, I went to watch him. Like, I'm curious if I did something wrong. No, just from his side, it was just like, nope,
man, this guy sucks.
You lose. Yeah, basically. And he was like, it was just a nothing game. Before you're like, oh,
yeah. I always wonder how it looks when you're like. Because, like you say, it's like, did this guy like go and make a sandwich?
Yeah.
Like, what's happening? And you're like, oh man, I have 200 different decisions I can make here.
And they have no idea. And it could be like, you want to make a sandwich. And like, please
I can't lie. There have been times when I've gone to make a sandwich.
Yeah,
especially if somebody does that to you. If somebody hits, because in Eternal, it's in Magic you have like a certain amount of time to do the whole game, and in Eternal it's like a time counter for each turn. And if someone hits that warning where it's like you got 5 seconds to make your turn, I'm like, okay, fuck you. Now every single one of my turns is taking the full minute, and we are waiting this whole thing. You want to waste my time, motherfucker? Like just immediately.
Eternal system is so
I'm a terrible person.
elegant and good. It's a bank, right? If you don't use all your time on a turn, your future turns you get a bit more in. Yeah. Which is just the perfect way to do it. Yeah, Magic. Did I just lose sound?
That might just be your headphones.
My headphones. I'm not beyond if I'm playing someone, you get 25 minutes to play a match, to play 3 games. And if at the end of game 3 or something, and it's like I'm losing, I'm a little tilted, and I've used 4 minutes and my opponent will use 17, I'm not beyond just walking away and letting myself time out. That's the shittiest thing ever, but I'm not beyond it because it feels a little good. I'll just like take a shower or something.
And then you come back with 1 minute left to see if they've also left, and maybe you can win the game.
I had that once where I was like doing some low value event, and I was like 2-1 with 1 round left, and I had to leave, and I'm like, oh fuck it, I'll leave. And I come back, and it's like, oh, you won the round, because my opponent also didn't show up, but he had won the die roll, so he had to act first, so he timed out first. Woo! Just the best feeling. I got into the arena beta.
Oh shit!
It doesn't start till the 3rd, but I got into that, so
that's super cool.
It's exciting.
Yeah, I don't. You had like a priority access or whatever.
Access, whatever that means. But
I didn't get the email, so it must have worked.
Yeah,
I just signed up like regular because like I don't know my DCI number. I wouldn't even know how to find it out.
No. So that's cool. We'll see. It starts this Friday, I guess. They're doing a stress test.
Oh, cool. That'll probably be a tire fire.
Yeah, that's the idea. And then it rolls out officially big on the 30th
of October?
Of November.
Oh wow!
So they'll be like the stress test on the 3rd, and then they'll say there'll be a few other play for a few days, but then it's full steam ahead. And they had a release date sometime in 2018 is their goal, which is good. Cool. Early 2018. So
yeah,
I hope it's good.
Very interested to see what that is. And
hear
about it.
if it's halfway decent, the number of people are going to play it. Like,
it has so much potential.
Like,
there's so much.
There's a number of people that play Hearthstone and like play Hearthstone at a high level, stream Hearthstone, play competitively, and they're like, I want to play Magic. The online client is too shitty and no one cares about it. So the players like the game more. It's just if it's fan accessible and if the client's good, it's gonna blow up.
Yeah,
which is exciting. It's
gonna be
good for
awesome.
the game.
I'd love a reason to get back into Magic, and like this is trying to get back into physical cards is very intimidating because everybody has so many physical cards. Like, oh boy, if I want to really like be competitive, I gotta spend $1 million. But like, this is a blank slate. Nobody has anything on Arena. This is a perfect time.
It gets so fun to just shuffle.
Yeah,
and they've said like it's going to be a Hearthstone like economy, which is whatever, but no trading, so like, that keeps things reasonably cheap.
Okay, that'll be interesting because like Magic sets are much. They are much bigger than Hearthstone and Eternal sets.
They're not much bigger, like only 200 cards, but they're way more frequent.
200 is. I think the last Eternal set was like 80 or something.
Oh, I don't know the Eternal set. Yeah, Magic, like a big Magic set's 2x.
Wow. And yeah, they are much more complex.
Yes, there's
much more.
Yes.
That's cool. I'm really excited for that.
I hope it's good. I hope so desperately it's good. But
anybody got anything else they want to bring up here before we jump on into the news?
What are you guys' thoughts on Blade Runner?
I haven't seen it.
Have you seen the new one?
Yeah,
I've heard. Do you mean Blade Runner in general or
Blade Runner in general? Amber and I watched the
original's amazing.
The original one, and then this new one. The original
like
one.
the theatrical.
I was looking for the final cut.
The director's is good.
Yeah, that one. But my streaming site didn't have it.
Sir,
I remember when I bought the DVD of it, and I like popped it in, and it's like, what do you want to watch? And I'm like, I don't know what I just got into because there's like 7 cuts on the DVD. Like,
what does the final cut, the director's cut, have in it that sets it above? Because I was super curious about that.
I'm not the right person to ask about this.
It's a
better ending.
I don't know the exact change, but apparently it removes some of the ambiguity to it. What, Deckard? Is that his name?
Yeah.
Is Deckard a replicant?
Replicant.
Okay. Yeah. Hey, pretty good. I think it removes some of that because that's the big question right at the end of like, is he replicant? Is he not? And I think it I don't know what it changes, but it somehow hints towards that. I've heard that what's the new one's
2149.
2142?
I thought it was 2149. 2049?
2049? I've heard the new one basically answers that question for you.
Yeah, totally.
It like puts a hard bullet in the is Deckard or was Deckard a replicant
you guys haven't seen it?
Yeah,
no,
so
I have not.
Okay.
This is the funny thing, like it kind of bombed, unfortunately.
Yeah,
because only people that like Blade Runner watched it. But hearing them talk about it, is they said they couldn't really advertise it well because advertising it at all would kind of give away the plot.
Yeah,
and that was too much. And I think that's really cool integrity-wise. And I really regret. I guess it's probably still in theater. I should go see it. But
apparently it bombed the opening weekend. But like the next week, it was doing okay.
But they're saying like it. The issue is that it didn't hit outside its demographic. Like it was something like 70-something% of the people seeing it are 30 and older. It was like 92% guys.
Oh yeah,
like,
I guess.
Like just no one who doesn't love Blade Runner is going to see it.
Yeah, no ad campaign, right? So only people who watch Blade Runner.
I asked because I know the original Blade Runner is held in like very high regard, especially that director's cut. And I really
cinematographically amazing.
Yes,
that's what's so good about it. Yeah.
And I watched it for the very first time a couple weeks ago, maybe last week. I don't know when, but. It was very impressive for a movie that was made in 1982, and I really liked it. I really liked the story. I watched just the original like cinematic cut, so it did feel a little thin.
Yeah,
but it's only because I knew.
I like the hanging question though.
I knew that there was a final, like a director's cut, and I was looking for that because that's the one I want to see because that's the one everybody says to watch.
Sure, and like.
It's completely unavailable to me, so I'm like, fuck it, I'll just watch.
Yeah, unless you spend a few dollars or gave the creator some money. And part of it is that it's one of those. It's been mythologized almost, so it can't stand up to it. Part of it is it was never really known for the story. The story's fine. It's just a beautiful piece. It's a great technical piece.
Yeah.
Are they in? Is it Neo or Shanghai? Right? Is where it's
L.A.
Is it? It's not an L. The first one,
yeah,
where it's all like everything's in Chinese and they're eating or whatever language. That's a racist thing to say because there is no language called Chinese. Like
is it not set in LA?
Shops? It looks like Tokyo. It looks like downtown.
It does totally.
Tokyo.
And like,
is it really supposed to be LA?
Well, this new one is set in LA.
Okay. I think the original. Anyways,
particularly.
Max and Chloe watch a Blade Runner.
Right.
In when she's back in time.
That is absolutely right. That's awesome.
Yes, they do. I mean, they also think that Final Fantasy Spirits Within was the best movie ever made. So really, what the fuck do they know? But,
Anyways,
Rewind time on this one. No, no.
This
you
new
can't.
one-
Square Enix published that game. You can't.
the new one's totally okay. I just wanted to talk to people about it, and this is only because like
Battlestar Galactica is a very fine take on the Blade Runner replicant or not quandary. Yes,
The question, yeah.
yes. Battlestar Galactica is a very good version.
you've
of
always
that.
talked to me about watching that, and I've
Yes.
always been resistant.
It
to
has the worst name in the world.
Yes.
How do you like?
It sounds
turns me
so
off.
cheesy.
It's like Mana Tank podcast in a lot. Like it is. It's the
it really
nerdiest
is.
thing in the world.
I was really off it for a while, and then I like I think it was in whenever season 3 or 4 ended, is when I just got in and marathoned it.
Yeah.
and loved it.
It's like a political, like espionage thriller almost, where you never know if anyone is a replicant or not, and also they are actively at war. So if you're a replicant or not, super matters.
yeah, a lot
Maybe
of
I'll give that a shot. I really
very good.
liked
It's got Trisha.
the ideas that it put forward.
Yeah. You should check it out. You should check out the pilot for Battlestar.
I have.
because and it wasn't feeling it.
There's so much good TV that you can just fall
it's
into
true.
10 good shows right now, unfortunately.
Yeah,
And it's an old one. It's so good. Oh my god, you wait so many seasons to find out who the Cylons are. And when you do, it's the best.
Have you watched much of like the new TV this year, like miniseries?
Some, like the Netflix ones. What do
Have
you...
you? I feel like I'm gonna put a hot take down here. Game of Thrones was not in the top 5 seasons of anything to air this year.
I'd agree with that. I was really cool on this last season of Game
It
of
wasn't good.
Thrones.
And I
loved
think
this.
there is so much good stuff that it's not even.
Yeah.
Not
I
even
know.
close to
I know.
top
There's
5.
a lot of negativity towards it because now they're just flying on their own and they don't have that framework that George is putting out.
It wasn't like I'm not saying it's bad. I'm saying that there is such good stuff that it.
And I absolutely agree. Like
saying a little
it's
bit of
not.
both.
It's not as meaty as the past ones were because they had all that content. Because now they're just writing their own stuff, and now it's just like kind of just like a battle for the world.
And they
at light speed.
lost
Yes.
the soul of it.
Yes, but it's still like it's still exciting and great to watch. For
Sure,
me.
but it's a shitty action show instead of a good drama.
Yeah,
now.
you're right.
Yeah,
You're right.
I like the political drama.
And-
of it.
and-
Characters
that's-
having motivations that make sense.
That's exactly what I love about Game of Thrones as well. But I mean, like, I don't know. I just finished off the last season of House of Cards.
it was good. Actually, it was good.
It was very good. I just don't understand that show.
Sure.
And I've said this before, like
Not enough orcs.
that.
Sometimes
and like
too many.
Imagine an orc in the Oval Office, you
Yeah.
guys, for one. But also that wouldn't make sense. That would make as much sense to me as fucking everything else in that show. I just like watching.
I'm just always hoping Kevin Spacey is going to turn towards the camera and say something just to me.
Yeah, see, I love that.
You're watching NASCAR for the car crashes. There are better ways to spend your TV time right now. Stranger Things 2 is out.
Stranger Things.
You can go play whatever
Yeah.
game that was that Kevin Spacey was in, and he'll just talk to you.
The
Call of Duty?
Advanced
Call of Duty, yeah.
Warfare.
Frontier is good.
That's
Did
my
you guys
TV
check out
take.
Frontier?
I might. I keep seeing it on Netflix.
Yeah, Jason Momoa is cool.
Anytime.
You watch any Mindhunter on Netflix?
I want to watch
A little
that.
bit.
I watched
yeah.
an episode. I'm intrigued. It's a real slow start.
It's a real slow show.
Yeah.
I'm on like episode 5, and it makes me uncomfortable. In like I'm legitimately, I don't want to watch it. It makes me
Psychopaths and stuff,
uncomfortable.
right?
Yeah.
I've been listening to a lot of podcasts, like true crime podcasts,
good true crime.
and that's all I fucking listen to for some reason. And I'm just so engrossed in it.
Oh my god! Have you met the serial killer they're interviewing? The like real big dude?
Kemper.
Maybe.
Someone was his
Yeah,
name?
he's like he's in the prison and they're
No,
talking. to him.
I'm one episode in.
He's real soon.
You
but,
should
like,
watch American Vandal.
I've heard that's really good.
Oh my god, it's like a take up on true crime. Do you
Yeah,
ever watch Making Murder? And it's
Yep.
yeah, it's basically that, but it's a high school, and somebody drew a bunch of dicks and spray paint on cars, and this guy gets charged with it. So these 2 kids are like, we're gonna exonerate him, and
Crack the case.
it's took very, very seriously, and it's so funny. It's
Yeah.
unreal good.
I like
This has been TV Reckless, your television podcast.
There you go.
passion about TV,
Yeah.
and I've always said we should talk about TV.
Well, there's
We
my
do.
there's
We
my
just
my throw for a New Year's show is, you still have your crown jewels of game of the year. Do a whole bunch of other crap of the year.
Yeah. We
Lead
should.
up. Like
definitely should.
every hour or whatever, knock off a new category leading up to the big one.
Undisputed champion of the year. It's obviously Warren Bears.
Because I love like that, and then you can fill with such useless garbage. Like,
Yeah,
just-
and there's a
Sir,
lot of,
how
lot of-
dare you imply that our scientific process of naming the best 5 games of the year
Oh, no, no,
is
no.
garbage?
Well, so I'm not saying that, but I mean, like, you can be like, what's the best drink of the year?
It's Sleeman's Honey Brown Lager, obviously.
What's the best chair of the year? DX Racer, please sponsor us.
Let's go to some news. If no one has anything else I want to bring up here.
News.
The WWE. Have you heard of them? The World Wrestling Entertainment.
World
I believe it's the World
Entertainment?
Wildlife Entertainment.
Anyways, they invest in Cloud9.
I love the way your bullet point's been written, where it just switches between C9 and Cloud9 every line.
No, it does C9, Cloud9, Cloud9, C9.
Oh, sorry, it's
Yeah,
it's
a
bookend.
real, it's a real AB. It's a real ABBA
Sure.
stats there. Anyways, C9 did a bout of not fundraising, investing, I guess. They raised 25 million bones.
Wow.
They have secured the London spot in the upcoming Overwatch League, which is kind of a big deal because there are only a certain amount of slots and 10 million teams that want to get in that league.
Oh, curious. How is the branding on that going to be? Because it needs to be the city needs to lead the naming. Like the
I'm
London
not-
whatever sponsored by C9. They can't be the C9 from London.
The London Cloud9.
Because they really made a point for the Overwatch League of making them city based. Like you should care about them. Like you live in Edmonton, you care about the Oilers. You live in London, you care about whatever the fuck the London Overwatch team is called.
What is Cloud9, you guys?
It's an esports team.
Yeah, an esport.
Oh.
They're an organization, I guess. They have teams. They have like a league team, a Counter-Strike team. Like they're in pretty much everything. Some of the best in the world in many of their fields.
Absolutely.
I pulled this story A because I like WWE, and B because apparently the WWE reps were talking about how they chose which team to invest in. They did all their research and they crunched the numbers, and they decided that Cloud9 were where they should put their money. So if anybody is looking at gamble on esports this year, WWE says Cloud9 going to the top.
Weird.
I trust them
Sure.
when they're not talking about wrestling.
There's a lot of money floating around in esports. It's curious to see if it's a bubble or what the story is.
It's weird. It's very like top of mind right now because this Overwatch League is getting started and because Blizzard is putting so much emphasis behind it.
And they as I talked about this when it first came up, is Blizzard really they sold it as an elite product. They made it like you got to spend this much money. This isn't for just anybody. You gotta this is for classy people. And I think that's it makes it real, right?
Yeah, there's a very large buy-in, hence why they need all these investors.
Yeah, it looks good.
Oliver, are you gonna put the Switch cartridge in your mouth at any point? Can we do a news story on how these taste?
Oh, that's the thing, right?
Are you gonna actually do this?
Are you okay with this?
I mean, don't like gum it up so it's not gonna work. You know, just give the back a little lick.
Speaking of WWE randomly, you should watch Chris Jericho was on Hot Ones, which is where he interviews him as they eat progressively hotter chicken wings. And he was great on it. Jericho's hilarious. He was really good.
He is very good.
Does he at any point call anyone a stupid idiot?
No, but he starts to have trouble near the end. He's like spitting shit. He was like, is he gonna puke? He was really funny.
It's all work, brother. All right, are you gonna lick this cartridge?
I guess so. I kind of wanted because okay. So here, the story is
Oliver really likes licking cartridges.
that,
Cart licker.
but also there's hearsay that these are actually like
It's officially Nintendo
Is it?
came out and said.
Nintendo has gone out there and said, yes, we make these taste bad so that kids don't eat them.
okay. So I kind of want like a comparison.
You
Lick
want
the keyboard.
Yeah, you want
That's fucking gross.
You want a
Like,
not bittered? Like
I mean,
any-
it probably
any
tastes
pe-
the same at
Like
this
it's just
point.
a piece of
What do
plastic,
you want?
right?
You want to lick my McDonald's bag from like? What do you mean to compare? What do you want to lick? That
Regular plastic to this plastic. I mean,
Lick
this
your
is like brand new
headphones.
plastic is why I'm okay with this. But everything in this room is probably just absolutely disgusting anyway.
I don't
That
think you need
Kevin
a
lives here.
comparison.
It's
Don't
all
worry.
terrible.
It's not going to be like. It's not. You should just do it.
Plastic is fairly inoffensive.
Yeah, get it on there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Now you should probably stop. He's still going. You're that.
No, that's not like licking like a regular like brand new plastic thing. There is
No,
like
that's poison on there. Don't.
it does taste
and
like
it's
poison.
all over
Holy
your mouth.
fuck, you guys!
I'm so like
We should have done this at the end of the show.
kind of want.
No, there is. It's
Is
active.
it like debilitating? Because I've seen videos of people do this and like it's like they've been pepper sprayed. They're
No,
like,
I just licked
That's
it.
gotta be
Like
played up.
I
Okay.
absolutely just like licked it, and I even like
yeah, totally switched it around.
it doesn't good. It doesn't feel.
It doesn't good at all.
It doesn't good at all. Like infecting
good.
infecting my speech.
Does not.
Yeah,
the bitter agent made him have a stroke.
there's definitely a not plastic
I'm
taste.
sort of amazed you did that.
That's weirdly small.
You're a gross human being. I know, the cartridges are so tiny.
That's
But
like,
I mean, if a kid is gonna put that in their mouth and they
It's
want to
gone.
swallow it,
It's
like,
gone.
it's just gonna and then they just have a bad taste in their mouth.
Well, hopefully, I think the idea is you immediately that poison coats your mouth and you spit it out, especially as a child. I don't think anyone goes in with like, I'm gonna swallow this. It just ends up in your mouth somehow.
So my thought process was like, okay, I know how like plastic tastes.
sure.
And so I just
baseline.
I don't believe that I don't believe that this tastes like any different than regular plastic. But as soon as I put it on my tongue, I'm like, yes, this does not taste like any of the plastics I've tasted
good.
before. But that's kind of interesting. That was
Oh man, the Kinect, like my Mario Kart, is officially dead. Mario cartridge, not Mario Kart. Yeah, I guess. Bummer. Brandon is the only one who has that sentiment in the world, and the medical industry, maybe.
Yeah, and funnily enough, it was for a long time the cheapest and one of the best corporate video conferencing
Wow.
tools.
It was also
Buy an Xbox with a Kinect and use it for video conferencing. We almost did that in my company.
it was
I
also,
put together a proposal for it. Yeah.
it was also the way to do like homebrew mocap.
Oh yeah, there you go.
It was really, really good for mocap and stuff like that. It's officially dead. They're not making any more. Microsoft is going to sell them out, and then that's it. And the Xbox One, originally, it came bundled with one. When I bought my Xbox One, it was $100 more expensive because they had to sell you a fucking Kinect. And then they got rid of that thing, and the price went down $100. And like, they've been de-emphasizing it for years. The S doesn't even have a port on it.
Wow. What, like it has a proprietary port? It isn't just a USB device?
Yeah, no, it has its own like big square port. You can buy an adapter for the S. I think it's like $70 or something.
God, Microsoft.
The official statement is manufacturing for Kinect for Xbox One has ended, but it is not the end of the journey for the technology. Kinect continues to delight tens of millions of Xbox owners and Kinect innovators live in Xbox One, Windows 10, Cortana, which you can't just use like that,
No, it's
Windows
a thing.
Mixed Reality, and future technologies. I guess. Is Cortana just a technology now? Is it just an operating
Siri.
system?
It's
Yeah.
Microsoft Siri.
Oh,
It's in
okay.
Windows 10.
Okay.
Yeah, you didn't know that?
Well, I mean, Cortana was like an entity, a person, if you will, before she was a service.
Now she's a service. Microsoft does everything as a service. Cortana as a service.
I actually,
I can't turn her off.
that would
on my
kill in
Xbox
my
One.
office. As a joke.
I love the
Cortana
idea
as a
that they
service.
took like a Halo, like a thing from Halo, and actually made it their own series.
That's her voice too. That's
great.
I
It's
forget
good.
her name,
That's
but
that's a good crossover.
if only you could have the option to turn Cortana off.
No.
Played
no, it's there
Connect
forever.
with a nephew of mine. It was a dumb soccer game, and
The headbutt. What do you head the ball, lean in front of the ball?
yeah, sort of. I don't know.
All I ever heard about Kinect was just people accidentally like saying things to it and it going off.
Yeah, it's funny. We
That's the only news I ever heard about.
turn Warren's Xbox off on him when he's playing or whatever. Or like the guy in the game has the screen name Xbox off. You're like, oh, Xbox off, you. Oh,
Ah,
That's great. I love that was never like fixed really.
yeah. I don't think any tears are gonna be shed over the loss of Kinect.
no.
Do you think it was junk? Or do you think it was like a before its time thing?
I think it was junk.
It was just straight junk.
Yes.
right.
Yes, I do. EA has very politely asked fans to stop keeping the old.
Polietly.
Listen, if we get caught up on every spelling mistake in the show notes, we're going to be here for hours. They've asked some of their fans to stop keeping their old Battlefield games alive. If you remember back in 2014 when GameSpy went, you remember GameSpy?
Oh yeah.
The
Shut
multiplayer
down?
service for every game. Yeah, 2014 it went down. And it took out a huge number of games multiplayers. Like, I don't know the number off the top of my head, but I bet it's hundreds of games
Sure.
lost the ability to play multiplayer because that thing was integral to a lot of
Oh yeah.
garbage.
Yeah.
And when it went down, users kind of took up the mantle with a project called Revive, and you know it was the GameSpy stand-in.
Sure.
They hosted servers and did the multiplayer part of it. The reason EA has beef is because for Battlefield games in particular, Battlefield 2 and my favorite Battlefield game, Battlefield 2142,
Sure.
they had to modify the code and distribute modified code, which, despite what Kevin Byer says, lawman Kevin Byer, that code is protected under EULA and Copyright Acts, and you cannot modify and redistribute it. And so EA's issued a cease and desist.
Oh, so like the Revive issued new code, not
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. To get it to work with Revive, you had to download this slightly modified Battlefield client.
Sure.
And EA would rather have no one play Battlefield than you download this kind of bastardized version of it.
Fair.
I guess.
How when did Kevin have this stupid stance?
I don't know if you were here, but 2 weeks ago, maybe we were talking about two people were getting sued for cheating and promoting the distribution of cheats in Fortnite. Epic was suing them for $150,000 max damages. And lawman Kevin, who has studied video game law for 56 years now,
that sounds about right,
insisted that no, they can't. That case is going to be thrown out in a week. They don't have a leg to stand on. You can do whatever you want with your games.
Yeah, well, no.
Now that Kevin's not here, we get the truth.
I feel like there's a because I know Blizzard has had a huge issue with this of suing people that make hacks, because it's not, they don't modify the code, but they run on top. So maybe that's what he meant. But like, no one actually changes the game code. If they did, yeah, get fucked.
For
this, yes.
For this they do, and
Yeah.
for those Fortnite a lot of cheats, you are like injecting code into the game, right? You're using
That's into the running executable. You're not.
I don't know the mumble jumble.
Like, that's
of it.
fine. Like,
you're using like memory monitoring
Yeah.
to manipulate that stuff, which
That's
is
fine.
Apparently not.
like, yeah, actually, whatever these guys did, modify the code, throw the book at them. Is Revive the same thing you used to play Oculus games?
I
on
was
Revive?
just wondering that, actually,
Yeah,
because
when I saw it,
there is an Oculus Vive thing called. That's why I say it's a weird RE
Yeah.
and then capital Vive. So I say Revive instead of
Revive.
Revive. Yes, the Revive. So they've killed those.
Bummer.
And I mean, they have a statement here, which actually I'm not going to read.
No, is
But
like,
yeah, it's a huge bummer, man. I didn't even know this was. If I would, I mean, I probably wouldn't have spent a lot of time, but like I would have totally went back in and played little 2142. I'm sure that's a fucking bad game now, but back in the day, that was like one of my first Battlefields.
yeah.
You could be a mech. You could drop out of a spaceship.
Issues like these are where, like, you know, lawman Kevin, I don't like, people just get real fucking uppity. I this happens with Blizzard a lot, with people trying to make classic WoW servers, where they just treat it like some sort of, like, they have been wounded by the company saying fuck off, this is our stuff.
Yeah.
Like somehow some right has been taken away from it. It's such a bizarre stance for these people to take, that I deserve this. This is, you know, nobody
Nobody deserves it. I understand why. Like the part where it sucks is because, like, come on, we're not hurting anybody. We're not taking away from your sales, right? If anything, we're encouraging sales because no one can play these games otherwise.
And I get
like,
the argument.
why?
Yeah,
Why?
it sucks, and I'd like it to happen, but these people that treat it like they're owed it just kind of baffle me.
No, unfortunately, you only ever rent the right to play your games, and the companies that you get that license from can revoke it at any time for almost any reason. Because we all sign away our lives every time we thumb through 96 pages of EULA.
No, like no one's ever challenged those and had them stand. You aren't guaranteed a server to play in the game, but any single player game you can play.
Wasn't it Kevin that said that those EULAs don't stand up? Was that?
Yes. There's I don't know if it's still there anymore, but there was a time when anytime you bought an Origin game, you were only buying it for 5 years, and then they could take access back at some point.
Yeah,
or there was like some weird garbage in there that eventually got fixed.
Sure. That'll never stand up.
But you would hope not. Do we want to?
No, we talked about that already.
Okay.
And
Not on the show. Do we want to talk about? Do we talk about making America Nazi free? You guys, we got a bunch of pro Nazis around this table.
Absolutely.
We probably
yeah,
make America Nazi filled is the stance that we take.
So, side note on this, guy I work with has been like coming in and talking to me because he's got the collector's edition. Wolfenstein came out the day we're recording this, and was so fucking excited. Kept talking it up. He's like, yeah, it's like $140, which he said a lot, and it comes with a Ken doll size, quote him, Ken doll size BJ Blast. It's like a Ken doll size BJ. I'm sorry, what? Yeah, Ken doll size. He kept saying that, and he brought the box into my fucking office today, and it's like, look, and it's like, yeah, it's BJ Blazkowicz, but like in like a Ken doll pack. I'm like, that's pretty good. But as he kept like just reiterating the Ken doll size
Ken
part of it,
doll
I'm like, that's come on, man.
It's exactly Ken doll sized.
Yeah.
I've got 2 Ken doll-sized big bosses, actually.
Obviously,
One of them is like a Ken doll and a Ken and a half doll.
So
No,
which
that's
one's
about-
the original and which one's the clone?
That's a
At
good
this
question.
point,
We-
we're not
He's gonna be
even
going
we
home
could
and
go
staring
into
at
this.
him like,
We could get into this.
one of them is Venom and one of them is Big.
No, those ones are John.
Jack. is
John?
the Ripper. Jack the Ripper is Raiden. I don't know.
Yeah,
Dude, John and David. John is Big Boss.
David
is solid. I don't know anything else. Let's go to some emails.
Yep.
Are you speaking a different language? Yeah, Nazis suck.
Nazis do suck. Podcast, talkingreckless.com is the email address where you can drop these electronic M's or put on the subreddit r/talkingreckless. Our first one comes in from Sheepsea Explorer.
Great name.
She says, and I'm going to read the first part of this, and then we're all going to read the second part. I know y'all were joking about bringing back new releases, but no joke, I'd actually appreciate a reminder of some of the games that come out because I never remember. Well, I've got some great news. Here we go. We are bringing it back. One show only, 201. Here they are. New releases. Oliver, why don't you take away this first one?
Bubsy, the Woolies Strike Back for the PS4. Bubsy. What the?
This is Oliver's new game voice.
Okay, I see.
I love how bad.
I get it. Okay, I get it. No, stop. Okay. Bubsy, the Woolies Strike Back for the PS4 is an all-new Bubsy adventure featuring Bubsy, the Bobcat, in a bevy of exotic locations as he travels the planet looking for the beloved Golden Fleece. He's going to have to pry it off of... is there more?
It doesn't say Bobcat here anywhere.
It's Bubsy the Bobcat.
You just know that.
No. Yeah.
Read the copy, sir. Read the copy. All right.
I just want to add a little bit of editorial. He's going to have to pry it from Kratos' dead, cold hand. Bubsy the Bobcat is not going to be able to do that.
He does have the Golden Fleece.
Yes, he does. Bubsy must use all of his classic moves and a few new ones to dodge out Bobcat, a battalion of woolies, not to mention the gnarliest UFO bosses to ever grace a Bubsy the Bobcat adventure. The wisecracking Lynx? He's not a lynx. The wisecracking Lynx also adds over 100 new one-liners to his lexicon to keep fans guessing what he'll say next.
This is a PS4 exclusive, eh?
I don't think so. Is
this
it?
It says on here, I assume. It's a console seller right here. This is a flagpole game.
They're making another Bubsy game? What the fuck is happening? What year is this?
I love the Bubsy games for Genesis, and that's why I'm familiar with...
Oh, the Genesis games.
Yeah,
nice.
that's why I'm familiar with Bubsy the Bobcat.
Sonic's...
or Lynx,
competition.
Ask.
It's not a Lynx. I don't know where you got
this. It's a PS4 Lynx.
Look, it says out
PS4
Bobcat.
Lynx.
Where does it say?
PS4 Lynx.
It
does say Bobcat and Lynx.
Yeah. Brandon, why don't you take this
great
next one here?
Dodge out and out Bobcat, a battalion of woolies. I don't know what
Give us your best commercial read here on this next new release.
Summon Night 6 Lost Borders. Summon Night 6 Lost Borders weaves an emotional tale of friendship and discovery that begins in the sparsely populated cocoon world of Fallujah. Wow. Where the three main characters, Raj, Amu, and Ist, live in virtual isolation. Each has a single companion, a flying sidekick with an amazing special power, and they're all surprised when dozens of strangers begin to suddenly appear, literally falling out of the clear blue sky. Lost Borders can be played and enjoyed without any knowledge of the previous games in the series, but fans will recognize that the mysterious strangers are actually returning characters from all of the mainline Summon Night games. What is this for? Is this a PC game?
The Bubsy adventure that I was
I believe
about.
this is a PC. I think this is a PS4 release also, actually.
I love how it's mainline Summon Night games, so you won't be getting any of the ancillary characters from the spin-offs.
That's right. We don't want those.
It's keeping it to the core, really back to the Summon Night roots.
The gritty roots.
I'll take this last one, and it's good that we're doing this because the people got to know.
From New South Wales.
Yes. Also, these are all out on October the 31st, by the way. Also out tomorrow, Monopoly for the Switch. It's Monopoly for a new era. Play the classic game and watch the board come to life. A full 3D city at the center of the board lives and evolves as you play. You own a miniature world that will interact with your progression throughout the game and celebrate your achievements. Play the way you want. You can change the rules and adapt them to your playing style. Take and display photos at key moments for an amplified social gaming experience. Monopoly Plus. Pardon me, it's called Monopoly Plus. Raises the classic game to a new level.
Social gaming has to be the worst phrase of our generation.
And that is your new releases for October the 31st. The people needed to know.
Yeah, they needed. Thank you for bringing that back. You
asked for this.
Yeah. I was hoping Kevin was going to be here, and actually I was going to make him read all of them. But
yeah, he does the voices.
Podcast.
He does voices on demand.
That's right. That's right. Podcast at Talking Reckless is an email address. or drop them on the subreddit. Don't write in and say, "Hey, do new releases again," because I mean, this joke is funny.
Once every 100 shows.
Yeah,
Yeah.
give or take.
The moon is in the 7th house.
Yeah, that's right. Oliver, you don't like Mario, so I don't know if we can still continue to be friends. But
Well, it was a good run.
thank you for joining me.
Yep. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Mario game with Solid Snake or Metal Gear game with Mario?
I did try that Smash game with Solid
Snake,
Snake,
yeah.
and I tried playing as him.
Brawl.
I think it was a
Brawl,
brawl,
yeah.
And I'm like, and everybody told me that he was a shitty character.
Isn't that his power where like a helicopter comes in and you get to...
His
what,
hover,
like cipher in front of the screen?
Cipher.
his
Yeah.
hover thing was the cipher.
No, yeah, he gets in a helicopter and like a sniper reticle is like going all over the screen, and if you target, that's his like Super Smash or whatever it's called. Yeah.
So, anyways, everybody told me it was a shitty character. I was like, nope, this is a shitty game.
I think it turned out that he was like banned in tournaments because he was too good eventually.
Really?
Yeah, I think that might be how that went.
Yeah, well,
I think he ended up being
that's
top
about
tier.
right.
Best tier, you might say. Brandon, thank you so much for joining me.
Happy to be here.
Fellow person who doesn't hate Mario.
It's a good
Oh, great to have
good
you.
crew to be in.
Fourth slot. I mean, you today played home to the Undisputed Championship, and thank you so much. That's a heavy burden to bear. I know personally. Follow the show on Twitter if you want more Talk Reckless Pod. Please write in some emails. Save us from this new release segment. And thank you so much for joining us at home. Have a happy and spooky Halloween.
And then next week is Extra Life. Tune in for that.
Yes. Also, Extra Life is going down on Saturday. We're going to do a podcast during that Extra Life show. That'll be our weekly podcast.
Oh, good. Yeah.
I think we should do it at 3 a.m. I think we should do it boom first thing we get here.
Okay.
We'll find out.
You gotta do it at the end. You gotta do the last.
Yes, or at the end.
You gotta do it at the end.
Either
Gotta do it at
very
the end.
beginning or very end.
Fucking hate you guys.
Yeah,
Gotta do it at the
man,
end.
it's gonna smell so fucking bad down here by the end. It
Who is it? The
Warren is a listen. Warren's a bigger man. He knows we're gonna. I'll bring him a stick. He's a big man. He gets sweaty.
Ask him to bring his bow.
That's gonna do it for the show.
real tree camo.
We're gonna see you here on the next episode. It'll be during our Extra Life thing. That'll be 202 of the Talking Reckless podcast. We'll see you then. Good show, everybody.
What are we gonna do?
Unique New York.
For the Extra Life,
Yeah.
I'm gonna have. Well, I'm gonna set it up so that we can just plug in whatever console we want into the capture card, and we'll just fucking play whatever the fuck we feel like playing.
Sure.
And we'll kind of mic the couch up. It's gonna be real. It's not gonna be anything fancy. It's not gonna be a Rumble level of
No.
setup.
No. But I mean,
We'll find some things.
yeah, I'm sure. Between all of our
Time will fill itself. Worst case scenario, we'll all play WWE 2K18 for 23 hours. I didn't hear any objections.
No.
Jesus Christ, Vegas is killing it this season.
They are, eh? Are they still
7-0
undefeated?
tonight.
Holy shit. Are they still undefeated?
I that or close to.
Did you watch the game yesterday?
No.
Is it
I was like,
exciting?
the Edmonton game?
Yeah.
I was like on the phone with my dad. He's like, oh, they just scored. I'm like, all right, cool. Oh, Dallas just scored. I'm
Dallas
like,
just
just come on.
Yeah, sorry, we took your other email, Sheepsy. Hima.
Oh, that was a great email. I love the way that was worded.
The
Usually people that ask questions like that have an obvious agenda. No, usually they're on one side of the issue and they try and like
which email?
the other one that they put in.
Oh,
Sheepsy.
the
And
toxic.
I really like the way it's
Yeah.
asked because it's a complex issue. And
What was it?
Yeah.
I didn't read it.
It was basically like
how to improve, or have we ever experienced like toxicity, and then how to improve it
Yeah.
without just quashing people.
we'll save that one for a full show.
Yeah, I don't know how important our experiences are. Like where
We need
the target demographic.
we need to get a woman on this show to weigh.
Yeah,
on some of
Oliver's the
this shit.
closest to a
I know.
visible minority, and
I mean, yeah, I'd say he is a visible minority.
yeah, but like it doesn't it doesn't really play online, right?
No.
But are you a woman?
No. Yeah, I don't know.
No. One day.
It's an interesting topic. There's a lot to say on
It
it.
is. Yeah.
We'll have to do that when Kevin's not here.
Yeah, I feel like his presence on it is. I feel like it's getting a bad rap, but like it's getting worse. I'm like, no, just more people are involved in gaming now. It's less bad than it used to be. I
Yeah,
think.
it's like everything. It's like the world is actually as shitty as it's always been. We just hear about all the shittiness now.
Exactly. There's more. I mean, more people are involved in gaming, especially more people that aren't, nerdy white guys. So
Yeah.
other
Why
people
not?
experience the shittiness.
when I was in
Ew, that was like a Jessica Chobot thing. That's what got her popular.
oh, gross. Naomi Kyle quit today, or retired or whatever.
Really?
Yeah, I saw them doing
From IGN?
Yeah, I saw them doing their big like, hey, thanks so much for the years, blah 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 thing.
She is the one that like never really caught my eye. Even though she was very attractive and totally up my alley. But,
No,
like,
well,
she's never.
sure she's attractive, but like, for a lot of the reasons I don't like Jessica Chobot, I don't like Naomi Kyle.
What? I completely forgot about her until you just mentioned it.
They're fake. Naomi Kyle is especially like super obviously fake about most of that stuff, or maybe she isn't and just has a bad way of presenting. But she seems barely informed. At the best of times. I know. It's because she's an attractive lady.
You're not allowed to criticize women.
You know, I hate attractive ladies.
Makes sense.
There, you heard it here first.
Like Chobot has done.
No hot chicks is what my shirts say.
Continues to be like in the gaming industry.
Does she? What is she doing?
I mean,
not since Mass Effect have I heard from her.
I mean, she was on G4 for a long time, and like on the other side of the coin, fucking Sarah Underwood has completely left it.
Yeah, I mean, Sarah Underwood at least knew exact. She was a Playboy model. Like there were no bones about her shtick whatsoever. She was just a pretty lady reading gaming headlines.
Yeah, but she was also fun and kind of like not so serious about it.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
She
Same with what's her face? Who was the redhead girl? Felicia Day.
I really don't like Felicia Day.
I dislike her a lot.
I really, really, really don't like Felicia Day.
I watched her on.
If you say the Guild, I'm fuck
for
okay.
A while.
The Guild.
Oh god, Supernatural is such a dumpster fire now.
Sucks.
Does Amber play multiplayer games?
Not since League. Not since that little stint with League.
Yeah. Did Bryce also crush her spirit like he did?
Probably.
You just got to turn your mic off, Emma. Just don't let anyone know that you're a woman, and it's shitty, but it'll honestly be way better.
I think like the closest I ever came to it is I played WoW with a bunch of guys that I found people, and so they were people, and that was good enough. And they were just kind of shitty, like just shitty people, like the teenage shitty edgy stuff. And then a couple of them were actually just incredibly racist, and they just started going on screeds, and I just kind of kept my head down and didn't care. But then like when I stopped doing it, I'm like, it was like a weight lifted off. I'm like, man, this is just painful to be around.
Yeah.
Just that level of hate and shit, even if it's not directed at you.
No, it's
just being around it is exhausting. So I can't imagine.
Miserable people want to make everybody miserable.
Yeah, it's unreal. But I don't think there's like, it's not as bad as, as it used to.
And there are also lots of good corners of the internet too, right? Like we've got a great little Discord. We play games all the time, have a fun time. Everyone's welcome.
A lot of people really downplay like the good stuff. They're always like, oh, this is the worst community. It's just as bad as everywhere else.
Yeah.
Which is still bad, but
not as bad as NeoGAF. Yeah. Oh, I forgot to welcome our huge influx of former NeoGAF users. Yeah. Welcome to Talking Reckless, your new home. 200,000 misplaced NeoGAF members.
Yeah, this is your bastion.
And also we have, like NeoGAF, deleted our off-topic section of our forums, and let's just talk about games, you guys. All right,
just games. That's all. Yeah,
just games.
What did I found out for the first time what GAF stood for, and then immediately forgot it.
Gaming Age Forums.
Gaming Age Forums, right? Because that was what it was, and then they died, and then they created. Because I was like, I started hearing about it only like a year or two ago, like NeoGAF. I'm like, what the fuck is this? What? Yeah. Who's ever heard of this? And apparently it's a big thing.
I have an account somewhere. I had to wait like 9 months or something because you like sign up and have to get approved. It was like, it took me like 9 months, and then I don't think I
sent
ever
a face
posted
scan and blood
no,
type.
you just had to sign up, and that was it.
Wow.
It's probably still there.
Sure. I don't know. It always just seems a little one of those places that's a little too. They don't talk about games. They talk about ideologies.
They used to talk about games. Actually, they did. Like all the like any news rumor.
Yeah, there's a lot of breaking news.
Yeah, news would break in the GAF all the time.
Sure. I guess my only relation to it is seeing other people report on their shittiness. So
yeah, but
I have a very skewed view of
shittiness. Like any community,
sure,
there's shittiness. It just happened to be the owner operator of this community was a huge part of the shittiness.
Yeah, not even that. Yeah, not even that shittiness. I just like they always seem really preachy about their stuff.
Oh, they were, because it was so hard to get an account too. They were like very, very like hoity-toity. Yeah. We are better than every other community type of shit.
And like I got that amplified because all I'd ever see was people like reposting the drama. Yeah. I got banned for saying whatever. Right? Mario sucks.
Oliver, you're banned from this podcast.
No,
you're saying Mario. All right, you can come back.
You can't suppress me.
You're right.
Not like those orcs that you've been repressing.
Fucking Fucking orcs. They're only made for evil, apparently. So I don't feel bad for it anymore.
The Brandos are the best community. The Brandons.
What's the beef with making Shelob a lady?
Okay, so you want to know the justification. You don't care about the justification for making Shelob a lady.
Like,
it was like 10% legit. I kind of bought it.
Okay.
A little bit. There's a little bit,
like,
because they kind of like go back into the lore.
They drop some lore bombs.
And
Like,
some, or still a little bit.
It feels so. It feels like they had a plan and then they like backfilled the lore in. Like they didn't like walk down the path of we're going to write a story towards. It's like, okay, we need a hot lady. How do we construct a structure back to Tolkien on?
Yes, 100%. And she's in it for like an hour and then gone.
And it just
you get the ring back, and then all she's doing is
she
shit
gone
talking
after
you when you die, and that's it.
It just sounded so.
Yeah.
It's hard to like.
The guy just sounded so smarmy about it. Like, no, I understand. They're like, no, just like you're if he was like, yep, we are exploiting the works of Tolkien and wringing every last all. Like, all right, that's legit. I respect your honesty.
Like, what if in the next Metal Gear game, Big Boss is a character you talk to, and also he's a dog now? He just is. We went back and saw that he, Foxhound, and we really thought, like, Big Boss was probably a dog in spirit, so we thought we'd make him a dog.
I just, as a general liker of stories and fiction, I hate people that, this is my take on that, or like fan fiction. I just despise it.
Yeah, this is fan fiction, and this is very bad fan fiction.
I hate
like
the
it's
idea
kinda
of
good
fan
fan
fiction.
fiction.
Like that's, and it's, I get that I shouldn't.
When Captain Picard and the Enterprise fly in at the end of the game to pick up Talion, and my TNG Lord of the Rings crossovers finally meet.
Because who is Talion like a named character?
No. He's a
I can play
featureless potato man.
But he's a ranger. Like what's his face, right?
Aragon.
He's supposed to be, yeah.
Sure, like they just kind of.
He was supposed to go to the Black Gate with.
Who are the rangers?
Aragorn.
Are they're
Faramir is a ranger. Boromir's brother.
No, he
was a ranger of Gondor.
But are
the Rangers weren't of Gondor.
Oh, he's not a like wanderer.
Because the Rangers were a separate thing.
I don't think he's that. I think he's a Gondorian soldier who just ranges, and they call him a ranger.
Yeah, it's general scout then in the army.
Yeah,
because Faramir was like a captain of the guard for whatever.
Yeah.
What's it called? The city across from Minas Tirith.
Osgiliath? Yes. Fuck, I could have got there.
Osgiliath, yeah.
I love being able to pull like old random names out.
Especially because they're Tolkien things. They always sound so cool and ridiculous.
And is what's his face? Elf guy.
Celebrimbor.
He's the guy that actually forged the rings.
Yes, he is in the Silmarillion. He is the forger of not all the rings. I don't think I think he made the elf rings in the book.
Yeah, I
don't know.
I don't remember that.
He is a character from the books, and yes, he did forge some number of rings.
Hey, you guys can write your own fan fiction now. Go to town. I will critique it hard. No spelling mistakes.
Yeah, man hates spelling mistakes.
I added some mean copy. I don't know. I hate stuff that just trades on other things.
Sometimes I like it. I don't know. I like when Star Wars does it. I kind of like it.
Yeah, I guess
really like
things
Force
I'm not
Unleashed.
close to. I'm happy with. 'Cause it's cool to feel like in it.
Really
right?
like Force Unleashed so much. What if Darth Vader had a secret apprentice between the movies that was more powerful than him?
Yeah, but I don't know. It just feels like sometimes you can tell respect. Like you'll listen to the person talk about it, that they obviously care and want to do this. Whereas this just felt exploitive.
Yeah, there's no reverence here at all. Because like even in that interview where what's his face comedian is that like completely out of place orc with his weird Indian accent. Even like because Conan called the devs out on his Clueless Gamer thing. They're standing right there, and he's like, "Oh, sounds like an orc to me." And just like the very like, this is our he is an orc now because we say he is. We are writing the story from here on out. Like it's not Tolkien's Middle Earth. It's
these guys.
Monolith,
maybe. I don't know.
Sure, that sounds believable.
WB. It's WB.
The dubs.
Maybe Monolith. That might be right.
Sure, maybe.
Because I think the big like green fire thing.
I'm not exactly sure, but I know it's WB.
It's like the only part of that game I like is seeing like, Minas Morgul, that's cool. Like I really like that from the movies with the weird like angular architecture and stuff.
Someone like posted up one of those. Oh, do you remember this game? And it was a Lord of the Rings. It was on PC, and it was just like set piece battles, and each of you would control like a member of the Fellowship.
It's probably one of the movie games.
It might have been around then. I forget what exactly it was called. And they're
like top down.
Yeah, kind of like 3/4. And like, you would like go to different things, so you could have like up to 4 people playing. And I remember
it was totally one of the movie games.
Yeah, I just remember playing it like someone's like, man, did you lose like a summer this? I'm like, that. I remember one spring break. It must have been like grade 10 or 11. And I hooked my computer up to my monitor or my TV back when this was like a difficult thing. And it was like one person on a keyboard, we had 2 controllers, and it was just the shittiest thing in the world. I remember played the Christ out of that game.
Yeah.
Loved it. So I was like, oh, I totally forgot about this. But
Two Towers, that was our game.
Yeah.
On the PS2.
There you go.
My friend Jeff.
I just remember loving those.
I love being Gandalf.
Played that game.
Yeah.
Is this the one? Are we talking about the same game, or are you...
The one I'm thinking of is like The Lord of the Rings: The Two Towers is what it's called.
Maybe.
Like TM, just like the movie, like game of the movie.
It was a movie thing because fucking Legolas looked like goddamn.
And like I think they even had the
Bloom.
voices and shit in there too for the most part.
I just don't.
It was like a Gauntlet style game almost.
Yeah,
totally. Exactly. Because you like power up, and Gandalf's ultimate was just broken.
It was the big like slam the staff and make the spear of light.
It was probably the same game. I played
Totally
I just played the shit out. I loved that game.
Gandalf, my boy.
Yeah.
That was right around the time Iron Phoenix came out, which is the worst fighting game ever made, and possibly the game I've put the most time in my life into.
Wow.
Well, that's fun. I think that's going to do it for us here in the old Twitch chat. Thanks for hanging out, Tomo. And
you get the after show
yeah,
stuff where the real good stuff happens.
Yeah, this is Talking Reckless After Dark.
Yeah.
This is where it gets real.
Extended cut.
After dark.
Yeah. Thanks for hanging out with us. We'll.
Thank you.
Oh shit! I'm on air tomorrow, aren't I?
Yeah. What are you playing tomorrow?
PlayerUnknown's Battleground.
Or have you chicken dinners?
No, sir. 2 is the closest I've gotten.
2,
I play solo a lot,
I
right?
was
Solo's a
super
lot
close
harder than.
To buying Fortnite because that's on sale.
It's free, by the way. Don't buy it.
No, it's not.
Yes, it
Not on
is.
PSN.
Yes, it is. You can you get it. It's free to play, or you can buy in if you want.
Well, either way, I was thumbing through the sale and I'm like, oh, Fortnite, I could probably play this Battleground mode.
Check out that Battle Royale. Yeah, people
Or
really like it.
Battle Royale mode.
People really like it, and it's free. So
And I'm
you
like,
got nothing to lose.
fucking, I'm so hurting for PUBG.
But just like the thing about
I
PUBG
dig
is
it.
playing it with other people, talking the same thing. Playing something like slightly adjacent. That's like if you get like the bullshit off-brand Nintendo, right? And you're like, look at all these cool games I play.
Well, I was a Genesis kid, so I had
got
the bullshit
Mario.
off-brand Nintendo.
That's what I'm saying, but like
Y'all had Mario. I had
also-
Bubsy.
like I had the Genesis too, but like that's the joy of it. Like come like you're gonna talk about I played this thing, I did this thing. Well, you can't do that in PUBG. I just like I don't know. Yeah, I want to watch Stranger Things after this, which is awesome.
Yeah, no, I'm heading home to play Mario in my lap and watch Stranger Things on my TV.
Wow.
And then I'll rewatch that first episode because like I just want to watch it. But I want to do that once. Maybe I'll save it for wrestling.
Yeah.
Wait till I'm watching
I feel
wrestling
like
on
that.
TV.
Yeah, I feel like
Yeah,
that.
I'll wait till
It's a good
Dad
thing for
comes home
wrestling.
drunk on scotch and hits me and wants to watch the baseball
on
game. Right?
Fridays.
I'm like, okay, Dad, I'll turn. You can use the TV
We don't always record on Fridays.
more often than when
More
not.
often than
we
not,
end
yeah.
up
Because
doing.
not like it's booking it in because Kev's on Thursdays. Kev's stream was great yesterday.
Yeah,
Gypsy was there.
I keep falling asleep during streams. I'm the worst. I'm the fucking worst. Too comfortable.
Was the one guy, the Damon in his stream, he's apparently in the UK, so Kev's stream starts at 3 a.m. and that guy's there all the time.
Yeah, he watches
it was
from
unreal.
1 a.m. till 4 a.m.
Yeah, something like that.
He does a 3-hour stream, and he's been there every single week for the entire stream.
Unreal.
Without fail.
What's
we
he
have
playing nowadays? Still Darkest Dungeon?
Darkest Dungeon.
Yeah.
It's great. It's really cool.
And like Damon knows all his shit too. So Damon will be like, "Oh no, you need the holy water here or whatever." Damon is like his encyclopedia for
That's
it.
it. Kev was saying the guy's never played the game. He says the wiki open.
Really? He's never played it?
He's had the wiki.
Oh, that's even better.
Just like the guy, he's just there. It's so good.
We've got like the greatest group of internet friends.
Yeah, there's a lot of really cool people to watch the
Yeah,
streams.
it's fun when they tune in.
Totally.
Great.
PUBG's on tomorrow. Please join us. Join me.
Yeah,
And my
dual
good,
queue it. PUBG and Stranger Things.
yeah, my good friend, radio host out of Thunder Bay, Andrew Captain, Pride of Thunder Bay, joining me per the usual. He's my number 2.
Is that the guy I met and he was like going away? I think I met
Yeah,
him
probably.
with
Yeah,
him.
he comes back for a little bit every year.
Right on.
Yeah. We'll see you tomorrow. Thanks again for joining us, and I hope you have a great Halloween weekend.
Happy Halloween.
Ta for now.
What time? I assume you're off. What time? I'll type in.
I'm not off yet. I'm on that. It's on the events page. 11:30 Mountain Standard Time. If you go to our Twitch channel and press events, it'll show you in your local time zone, and you can set reminders if you want.
Just stay in this channel, and about 15 hours it'll be on. Yeah.
It'll be 12 plus 4, 16 hours from now.
There you go.
I believe. Yeah, 16 hours from right now. We'll see you then.